Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce. Welcome to the show today. Welcome to the channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. Just eating a muffin here, and I'm
It's
a little
your
bit,
buddy Uncle Bruce.
nice to have you here.
Welcome to the show today.
What's the date today? It's April the 13th. It's Wednesday, and we have a short week going here. We are up. We're running today and tomorrow, but on Friday we are closed because it's Easter Friday. So join me today and tomorrow to recap and close out this week. This morning we looked like we were going to be higher on the opening about 45 minutes ago, half an hour ago, and 2 hours ago. It definitely looked like we were going to be up to start the day. Not the case now. At least at the moment, it doesn't seem to be a strong opening at all. We have a 44-point drop at the moment for the pre-market in the Dow Jones Industrial. We're showing a half a point drop on S&P now, so it's just leaning to the negative. And the NASDAQ market is only showing a 15-point gain right now. That's a nothing burger. There's nothing going on there. Excuse me. The only thing that's going up, a couple things going up. Gold is up $2 an ounce, nothing serious, but oil is up $1 a barrel to 101.94. 101.51, I guess. That's what we're seeing there. We've been watching this morning the earnings coming out. JP Morgan released their financials this morning, and we were keeping an eye on that stock and the effect that it was having on other stocks. And so the JP Morgan numbers kind of came in as expected on let's say on an income basis, gross revenue basis. They were to be lower than last year at this time, and they were not dramatically, but they were. And a JP Morgan stock has backed up a bit. Let me take a look at it right now. It's now 127 roughly a share, which is down 460 or so. It's funny that the shares were actually up this morning. They were at 132 in the morning, 132 and a half. Then they leveled off at around 131 a share roughly. And then they fluctuated between 128 and 130 until about half an hour ago. And now starting at about 7:30 Eastern time, we broke 130. And by 7:45, we were down to 129.75. Then we were at 129 even at 7:56. Then at 8:10 Eastern, 127, now 126.81. So we're pulling back a little now as we're getting closer to opening. We're still, of course, 53 minutes away from firing it up. Is this a devastating number for JP Morgan? No. Is this a disaster for the bank? No. They're making all kinds of money. They're just not making as much money as expected. But remember, what has happened a year ago to today in the marketplace for big banks like this. JP Morgan doesn't just make money borrowing money from one person and lending it to another for a margin. I mean, they don't pay 1% interest to somebody and then give you the money for 5% interest and make the 4% differential, pay their costs, make a profit. These guys are into all kinds of financial services, from banking, credit cards, IPOs, refinancings, mergers, acquisitions, secondary financings, and stock trading, and on it goes. And so you have all these divisions that make up the big investment bankers. And this is true of Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, and on they go. This is just the first one to come out with their numbers. Now, Goldman Sachs is off this morning. The Goldman Sachs shares are lower right now. Let me tell you what they're doing right now. They closed at 319 last night, 319.78, and they're right now at 314.50. So we're down 528 on Goldman Sachs to start the morning. Again, this is a sympathy move because Goldman doesn't release their numbers until tomorrow. Now, Goldman hit the 52-week low for their shares last week sometime, week and a half ago. 308.20 was the low. A quick jump and a drop and then back up again to the 315.20 mark and even 25. But here we are at 314.50 in sympathy with a 15,000 volume. I mean, this is a nothing burger. we could well open at 317 to 320 a share on Goldman and stay there all day and not even lose anything. If JP Morgan doesn't lose $20 a share, this isn't going to be a big issue. And I don't think they will. I really don't think so. JP Morgan is trading at under 6 times earnings. Goldman is trading at JP Morgan is trading under 9 times earnings. Goldman is trading at 5.39 earnings. So the downside on these stocks is limited. And even if there is downside, we'll find out. But yes, there are expectations of lower revenues because there are no IPOs being done right now. Are you hearing about new IPO opportunities, initial public offerings? There are no new companies going public right now. Nobody is going public right now with a new IPO financing. SPACs are virtually dead in the water. New SPAC, we're hearing nothing about new SPACs. Existing SPACs that are trying to vend in, to be taken over by private companies, they're having all kinds of problems with SEC regulations. And so for investment bankers, the problem is they can't do secondary financings. JP Morgan wants to raise, would love to raise $1 billion for this company, $500 million for that one, $2 billion for that one. Tough to raise money when the SEC is clamping down on SPACs to try to make deals. So that market is off limits right now, which then leaves JP Morgan and everybody else to attempt to raise money for existing public companies on existing either mergers, acquisitions, expansions, reorganizations. Well, okay, sounds great. The problem with that is if you think that as an investor, you think interest rates are going higher because of what the Fed has been telling you, that because of inflation at 8+%, that we're going to get 0.5% increases in the Fed funds rate every month for the next 5 months, you think you're going to want to tie up your pension fund money? You're the guy or the girl sitting at the California Teachers Pension Fund, and you're in charge of $50 billion. And you've got $5 billion every month that you have to pour into bonds to bring in interest, bring in money. Are you going to tie up your $5 billion every month into bonds that'll pay you 1 to 1.5% interest when you know that in the next 3-4 months, the bank Fed funds rate is going to be 2%, which means the 10-year treasury is going to be 3 to 3.5%. Why would you tie up $5 billion of your pension fund's money and get 1% interest when you can just sit around and go, I'll just buy treasuries right now. I'll buy 10-year treasuries, taking in 2.75% right now on an annualized basis while I park my money here. And then when JP Morgan comes to me and Goldman Sachs comes to me and all these other high-flying banks come to me and say, hey, would you like to buy a bond on, Netflix or a General Motors bond or an AT&T bond or an Apple bond? I can get you 3% interest, 4% interest for the next 15 years. I can get you 3-4% interest. Would you like that instead? Well, yeah, I think I'll move some of my $5, $10, $15 billion around and I'll pick off those bonds because I'm not locking myself in at 1.5%. That was last year's news. This year's news is you pay me for my money. I want better returns because I'm a pension fund administrator. I have 1 million teachers that I'm responsible for. 500,000 are working, 500,000 are retired, and I gotta find income to help those retirees keep their pension benefits coming every month. And those 500,000 working teachers have to have confidence in us as their administrators that when they retire 2 years, 5 years, 8 years, 12 years, 20 years from now, that this pension fund will still be here to cover their retirement benefits. So I got to grow this fund. When we're talking about California Teachers Fund, it's almost $1 trillion. It's huge. The New York Teachers Pension Fund, oh my God. Firefighter pension fund, police pension funds, public service pension funds, government worker pension funds from every state in the United States, national pension funds of Canada, the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, all around the world. The top G20 countries have pension funds. Tens of trillions of dollars in value. I mean, massive trillions of dollars. They all need returns. And they're not interested in buying bonds that pay 0.5% interest when inflation is 8%. That's not how this works. So they're trying to get ahead of the curve and diversify their holdings into real estate, like shopping malls and land and office towers, and then investments like metals, and investments like utilities, and investments like bonds, government bonds, corporate bonds, and you name it. Yeah, the pressure is on to bring in some returns here. And right now, the market is going, oops, JP Morgan is going, we're having trouble raising money for companies at 1% right now. We have to tell these clients of ours, yeah, listen, if you want to raise $500 million, we're going to have to issue bonds for you, but they might have to pay closer to the 10-year bond right now, the Treasury. Maybe you might have to offer bonds that are convertible into stock over the next few years at the option of the bondholder, not a mandatory conversion, but an optional conversion. So maybe the California Teachers Fund and other funds will say, yeah, we'll put 100 million of our money into that bond over there, because if the company grows in the next 10 years, not only will we get our 3% interest rate now, every quarter we get the interest payment, but we also have the option to convert this bond into common stock of the company. And if that company grows and gets larger and makes more money, that stock will go up in value, which could make much more than 3% a year to us. And so we might be interested in that kind of a deal. Otherwise, we'll just keep shopping around. And instead of JP Morgan coming to us with a bond offering, maybe Goldman Sachs will come to us with a bond offering that says, yeah, we'll offer you a convertible bond instead of a regular bond. And all of a sudden they raise $2, $3, $4, $5 billion for corporate whomever, and those dollars are put to work, and away we go. That leaves certain bankers out of the loop with making commissions, because you make a commission when you sell a product to your customer, and you better be competitive with everybody else. Anyway, so we'll see how this all works out. We have earnings starting now. We'll have earnings all next week, all next month. It's earnings season. We've just started. Let's get ready to see what's going on. But I will say it again. Those of you who watch me here, who are keenly interested in becoming self-employed and not wanting to work anymore, or you want to find a way to enhance revenue to your life, to your household, you have discovered that if you hang out with Uncle Bruce and watch what he does with his viewers over here, commenting right over here, there are a bunch of folks here who are writing options on their shares, and they're bringing in option premiums. These are like dollars flowing into accounts on a constant basis, and you want to be part of that, because it might make the difference between you working full-time and part-time, or working at 2 part-time jobs now going down to 1 part-time job. It might change your life as much as between you and your spouse, the spouse isn't working anymore, or you're not working anymore, and you're going to be doing this. You're going to be trading and writing options and maintaining your eyeballs and your attention on your portfolio, because you're figuring out, we've got $40,000, $70,000, $150,000, $300,000 in investments that are just sitting there, supposedly doing well, because the money is inside some ETFs or mutual funds, or we have money with XYZ bankers, and they're telling us that 3.5% a year is fantastic. That's the kind of returns that professionals are getting. We should be happy with that. And we're thinking, wait a minute, we got 150 grand and we're getting 3% a year. That's 4,500 a year in returns. I don't know about you, but I need more than 4,500 a year to live. How am I going to retire? With 4,500 a year coming in now, I'm adding 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 a year to that pot. I can only add to it for the next 10 years. So I'm going to take 150, turn into 300,000, add 3% returns on it. I can't retire on maybe $12,000 a year in income in 15 years. I mean, this is not going to work for me. Between that and Social Security, I'm guaranteed a low income lifestyle after 40 years of working my ass off. That's not working for me. This is not appealing to me. You're not getting me all fired up here. Maybe there's another way. And more of you are discovering this, old man talking to you about, well, have you thought about the fact that maybe your portfolio is underachieving right now? And maybe there's a way to overachieve it and get it going. And maybe it's you that has to take over. And it's you that are actually really care about your upside versus your financial advisors or whatever entities you're entrusting with your lives, it might be time for you to investigate the idea that maybe you're going to take over the control of your account and begin the idea of making it pay you more rather than less. And look, if you can take your retirement savings and instead of generating 3.5% a year, you can generate 10 to 12% a year, which is still okay in an 8% inflation environment. Hey, can you add 10% a year to the value of your portfolio for the next 10 years? Will that make a difference? I would think so, especially 10% on top of 10% on top of 10%. I mean, that's going to really compound quick. You'll take 150,000 and turn it into $1 million and more in the next 15 years, much more. But then there are viewers here going, Bruce, I don't make 10% a year on my money because I'm watching you with these option writing strategies. That's not happening here. I'm making 10% a month doing this. I'm generating revenue from options that are depreciating every month, every week, every 2 weeks. They're just collapsing in value, and I'm loving every minute of it. Writing options on stocks that I've owned for years and years. I'm writing options on ETFs that I've been sitting on for I don't know how bloody long. I'm now bringing income in on income. I own IBM stock. I own Goldman Sachs. I own Apple. I own Microsoft. I own a lot of the Dow 30 stocks. I am now writing options on those shares. Very conservative companies, big mammoth machines. They're not going out of business. I'm generating dividends. Yep, I'm getting dividends every quarter, but I'm also getting monthly income now from writing stock options on top of that income revenue. And instead of getting the 3.5% return per year, I'm now generating 50, 60, 70% a year, but I am admittedly putting more time into it. But you know what, Bruce? What is my time worth? I've done the mathematics, and I challenge you guys to figure out what are you worth. The only way you're going to know is why don't you take a look at your paycheck and divide it by 40 hours a week and figure out how much you're worth. Some of you out there have no idea what you're being paid on a per hour basis because you're a salaried employee. And I'm turning you around into another way of thinking and saying to you, look, why don't you play this game? There are 20 to 22 days a month of working days. Why don't you take a look at how much you get paid per month on a gross basis and on a net basis? How much are you getting before taxes and deductions and after? Divide that by 20, 22 days a month, and there's your daily pay, gross and net. Now, from that, figure out from that net number, how much is it costing you to be working? Are you paying fees to get to the office every day and back? Are you paying for parking, gas to drive your car? Are you riding the bus? Are you doing the subway? How are you getting to work? Are you working from home? Great. What are expenses to be employed? Some of you are realizing, oh my God, I'm spending $1,000 a month to get to and from the office every day. 20 days a month, $50 a day it's costing me. I go to the office, pays to get there, pay to get back. I have coffee in the morning, a coffee in the afternoon, or I eat lunch downtown every day. I'm not eating at home. I'm paying retail for food. This costs me $1,000 a month. That comes off my net pay. I can't deduct that. I have to pay that out of my check. So now what? Well, that's a lower number that you're living on now. Some of you are going, well, if I stay at home and I can write stock options, how much do I have to make to equal what I'm getting now by leaving the house every day to go to work and work for this outfit that I've been working for a number of years? Bruce, tell me, man, can I make as much money as I'm making now or more by not going downtown anymore to work for a company, whatever? And a number of you are just shocked at how easy this is. You're realizing, you know what, if I make $200 a day net, on average, $1,000 a week, that more than covers what I'm generating by being a commuting worker. Or it's replacing one of our two salaries, or it's just making a huge difference in our life. Since I'm working from home anyway, Bruce, I can do this additionally. I can trade the market additionally and still keep my day job. If you can help me add $4,000 a month in revenue to my life, you are taking my family's income level to another level. I mean, this is found money that is coming in that will go towards these debts we have been carrying forever. And the first order of business is to get rid of the most expensive debt first. Let's get rid of that 20% interest rate debt and stop paying these minimum payments on these credit cards and start knocking them off. And in 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 months, within a year, we can get rid of all our credit card debt, which immediately reduces our payments by $500 a month right there or more. Then we're going to knock off the next highest debt that we have. What is the next highest debt? Well, we got that car loan that we're paying on, or that we got a car that in a year we have to pay for. We have a balloon payment on that thing. We got to come up with 10 grand to buy that car. Rather than try to refinance that $10,000 a year from now at who knows what the interest rates are going to be in a year, why don't we just put the 10 grand together and pay that thing off? And that's gone out of our lives. We own the car now and there are no payments on it. Maybe the next move we make is our student loans. Maybe our next move we make is our personal loans. Whatever they are, we're going to, with $4,000 a month, we are going to make a difference here. And compound the growth of your account on top of everything else and grow your income. You may want to walk over to my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. Head over there and check out this website and go to the top corner of that website. It should be up there. Something called classes. There's a tab there. Classes. Take some classes on how to write options, how they work, how they depreciate, how they collapse in value, and how you can be the one going, this is great. I sold these calls. I sold a call contract for $800 on 100 shares of XYZ that I own. And 3 weeks later, those call contracts are trading at $125, and I bought them back for $125, and I wrote another $800 contract again. I'm doing this every 2-3 weeks, and this money just keeps coming in. This money keeps coming in. I'm writing options on GameStop. I'm writing options on American Airlines. I'm writing options on IBM. I'm writing options on my Apple. Whatever it is you own, and you are bringing money in. And if you're watching my classes, you'll figure out what you can write options on and how you do it and how to figure out which options to write and which ones not to write, and learn how this works, because there are billions of dollars a week coming into the option market. And I'm not talking 1 or 2 billions. I'm talking hundreds of billions a week coming into this market where you can generate some really nice returns for yourself. Change your life. Time and time again on this channel, viewers tell me right here, it's unbelievable the amount of money I'm making doing this. I cannot believe it. Never thought this existed. I never knew this existed before I found your channel. I can't believe it. And then a number of you take my classes and go, it's true. And then you dip your toe in the water and go, okay, I'll write an option. I'm going to try this. I'm going to write one call option on 100 shares of my GameStop stock. And I'm going to write an option for 3 weeks, and it's out of the money, and I'm going to bring in $1,000, and let's see what happens. And some of you are finding that within a day or two, that $1,000 contract is only worth $850. It's now worth $650, only worth $450. And you buy it back. You're buying back a contract to negate the contract you wrote, and you keep the change. And you're going, I have $500 in my account that I didn't have 2 days ago. Why haven't I been doing this for 15 years? Why hasn't any financial advisor called me 15 years ago when I started saving up this money religiously and kept pounding it in there? I had these deductions at work and my employer matches, and I have a savings account. And why hasn't any financial advisor ever called me up and said, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I think we should have you raise some cash and raise some capital, make some income? Why hasn't anyone does this? What's going on? Anyway, it is what it is. Welcome to the show, to the gang, to the following, and I hope that it can work for you too. You have to put some investment into it. You have to put some time into it. You have to put some effort into it. But if you really want to become self-employed and control your future, you've got to make an investment in yourself and get in there and make it happen. Again, thank you, all of you who are here. Thank you for popping in to see me. Appreciate it. It's great to have you here. We're now changing our commentary to go members only. It's one of the benefits of being part of this channel. Please keep it PG rated. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all. Nice to see you. This morning, the markets are mixed at the moment. The Dow's down 16 points. We're down 1 point up 1 point on S&P. We're up 27 on NASDAQ. We're up $1.50 on crude oil. We've got GameStop up 32 cents this morning. Do not be afraid to write options against GameStop between 145 and 150. Either expiring tomorrow or expiring next Friday or the week after that. Take some premiums and make that stock pay you for holding it. Apple shares, there's talk about how earnings are coming out in a few weeks, and they might increase their buyback allocation and all this kind of stuff. I wouldn't read too much into that. Apple's having supply chain issues. China is having a real problem right now. Supply chain problems. They are locked up. China, cities like Shanghai, is locked up. Just think about this. The only way to equate it, 25 million people are locked in on their homes in Shanghai. It was supposed to be a 1 week lockdown for half the city, a 1 week lockdown for the other half of the city, and then we're back to normal. And they went to the one half, the other half, and then they locked down the entire city, and it's now been almost 2 weeks. 25 million people. You take a pin. Look at a map of the greater New York area. Put a pin in the middle of Manhattan, and then draw a circle around that area and expand that circle out until you cover 25 million people. All right, you're into Connecticut, you're into New Jersey. You are covering an area that is massive. Now, think about this. Police at every intersection of every area in that region, including all highways shut down, all rail shut down, no airports running, no subways, nothing. The only way you can get food to your home and to your apartment building is if it is delivered to you by authorized people once a week. We're talking complete shutdown. You go out of your unit, you are arrested. And you're arrested and now sent to a detention camp for quarantine. And if you then are returned to your home 2 weeks later, whether you're positive or not, doesn't matter, and you do it again, now you're in jail. And there's no trial. There's no discussion. You're eliminated. You are out of touch. No cell phone, no lawyer, no rights. We're talking about 25 million people in Shanghai who have been locked up in their condo towers, their homes, whatever they're in. They can't visit their parents, they can't visit their children, and vice versa. We're talking a complete shutdown. And it's not working. 25,000 cases a day of positive cases of the virus are showing up in Shanghai right now. It is completely out of control, and the lockdown continues. It is an absolute mess. There are factories, offices, and distribution centers in Shanghai who have been shut down now for a month, and there is nothing going on. We have got problems coming up for a whole bunch of corporations worldwide, that from mom and pop outfits to mega international companies, there are supply chain issues. Apple is caught in this trap as well, as are many other publicly traded companies that are household names. And this is a nightmare, and it is huge. There are over 200 million people in China right now locked in. This isn't just a Shanghai problem. There are a dozen other cities in China who are locked up, and yet we cannot get the straight goods on the final figures, because what they're saying in the media in China, and this is the most unbelievable part, is that yes, the city is locked down. Yep, 25, 27 million people are locked up. Yeah. We've had 130, 150,000, 170,000 cases of the virus. Yep. How many people have died? Nobody. Nobody's died. See, in China, we don't have a problem with COVID. You see, people get it, but nobody dies from it. Do you believe that? Are you sure about that? What are the hospitalization numbers? Aren't published. What do you mean? There's nobody in the hospital from COVID in China? People only get it at home, get ill, and then they're fine? Really? So, are you sure about that? We're getting absolutely no information because they don't want the world to know how bad it really is. And it is a nightmare. And one way to determine if it's a nightmare is, have you got an order in for an Apple MacBook Pro? Have you got an order in for a brand new iPad? Are you trying to get certain items from Apple? Are some of you out there trying to get certain items through Amazon that you thought were in stock or you were told were in stock? All of a sudden, they're not in stock all of a sudden. There are all kinds of individuals in Canada, the USA, Europe, who are getting back orders on goods that they thought they could just order it online and didn't have to leave the house to have it delivered to me. Not coming in. Yeah, there's problems over there. And that is, we're at the tip of the iceberg here. This is the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. We haven't even started yet with this. This is going to be a mess. Stephen Jackson, new YouTube member, thank you for joining this channel, becoming part of this crowd. Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us today. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. I did have someone else join me. Mary B joined us this morning as a Gold Bagel member. Mary, thank you also for becoming part of the family here. Love the fact that you were able to join us early this morning. I don't think I can find your membership. Let me just double check here. Can I highlight your name here? Desperately trying to find it. There it is, Mary B. Mary, thank you for becoming a Gold Bagel member of this channel as well. I don't want to be remiss and miss the newest, greatest additions to this channel. Thank you, everybody, for joining in and becoming part of the Gold Bagel and Chillin' with Uncle Bruce family. Love the fact that you're all here, okay? Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you here. And, well, let's see what's going on. All right. Guys, we have 98 thumbs ups already. Aurora has given us a thumbs up and has mentioned to me, I'm thumbs up number 98, Bruce. Thank you, those of you who are members and thumbs uppers. 102 thumbs ups already have been registered. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button to encourage YouTube to bring more viewers this direction, I'd appreciate it. We thank you. 104 now. They're coming in. Thank you, one and all. We're going to watch, obviously, the trend here on this early morning market. How's it going? Where are we headed? Austin is thumbs up number 104. Thanks, Austin, for doing that. Really appreciate it. As I say, it's mixed right now. We're down 42 on the Dow. We're off 3 something on S&P. We are now up 12 points on NASDAQ. This isn't great. We don't have like a great start to the day going on right now. It's looking so. Swiss Butter, hey, Swiss Butter, how you doing, man? Thank you, you guys, for being here. I think this is a renewal, and I just love getting these notices. I don't get them all the time. There are times where members of ours renew their membership, but YouTube doesn't tell me that. I don't know why. It's inconsistent. There are times where I get the word and other times I don't. Swiss Butter, they are Gold Bagel members of this channel. That is the top of the iceberg here. Thank you, all of you who become Gold Bagel followers of this channel. Love you guys. You are the backbone, keeping us going. You Gold Bagel, you're Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, so I love you guys. All of you are able to comment here on the channel. Use the emojis all you want, and let's make some money. Gold Bagel members, they get a couple of advantages over Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members. The number one advantage is every morning I do a trade alert update bulletin show that lasts 5, 10, 15 minutes every morning for Gold Bagel members. Every morning you get the alert. And then Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock prime time. It's prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. And the beauty about this is there are fewer of these than regular members. And it's these guys here who now get to send me questions about their trading and their options and their investments. And I have the time to get to these questions one by one. It's almost like a one-on-one, but with a small, intimate group. Every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock prime time. Those of you who want to have a one-on-one with myself, yours truly, I do offer one-on-one sessions, private one-on-one sessions on Saturdays and Sundays. You can certainly send me an email anytime you're interested in one of those. Just send me an email here to my Hotmail account, old school Hotmail account. Just say, Bruce, I'd like to have a one-on-one with you. I'd love to have a session with you Saturday or Sunday or whatever day. I offer sessions at 10 in the morning Eastern time, noon Eastern time, and 2 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays and Sundays. Let me know what time. Give me one or two options that would work for you. I will fire back a reply and let you know what I've got available. And if we can work it out, we'll get together. And it's a 1 hour private session where we will go over whatever you want to talk to me about. It's your call. I leave it to you to tell me what you want me to talk about, because it's your hour, and I am here to go over with you your portfolio, your objectives, your give me an opinion if I can on what you're into now, help you figure out which direction you may want to head, advise you on possible ideas to consider this idea. You want to talk to me about specific option strategy trades, I'll be more than happy to do that. It's your hour. And a number of you will contact me, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. It's like open. It's an open discussion, but it is really. I find it really enlightening because people will say to me, "Okay, I need to talk to you about 4 different things, and one of the things I need to talk to you about is something I never thought I would ever need to talk to anyone about, because things have happened in our family in the last month, 3 months, 6 months, and things are going to happen in the next 3, 6 months to a year, because Father Time is making changes to our family. People are leaving us. People have left us. Things have changed. I used to be the young kid in the family. Now I'm the elder, or I am, I have brothers and sisters, and they've all leaning on me to take over mom and dad's stuff. I got brother, sister lives overseas, and I'm here, and mom and dad are over there, and mom and dad want me to help them with this, and the brothers and sisters saying, you gotta take over. We can't do it. We're over there. You're over here. I need help. I need guidance. And so they're coming to me to say, you're an independent voice. You're not in the family, and so you're not biased. Whatever you tell me is confidential and is from a non-biased source. I need an outside opinion. We were thinking of this, and this. What are your thoughts? And then I'll come back at you and agree, disagree, or come up with alternatives. And there are times where I'll say, have you thought of that or that? And they'll go, whoa, we hadn't even thought of that idea. Oh, God, that changes everything. And now I send you back to a tax advisor or an accountant or to an attorney or to the family, and you huddle again and figure out plan B, plan C, plan D. Didn't even know there was a plan D that we could enact here. This could really work for everybody. Whatever you want. So if you're interested in a one-on-one, send me a private email. Just send me an email. Say, Bruce, you've triggered something here. We would really like to talk to you about this. There are a number of you who are also in a position right now where you do want to become self-reliant, let's say self-employed or self-directed. You don't want to be an employee anymore, or you have a business and you're trying to set up a succession to someone else to take it on, and you need an outside opinion on how do I sell my practice, my business, my entity, so I can retire, so I can back off. I can't seem to find anybody with enough money to buy me out. How do I do this? What do you suggest? I might have some ideas for you on that. Who knows? We'll do the best we can. Let me know. Send me a private email, and we'll try to set you up with a private meeting and talk about life and go from there. All right, up to you. Thank you all for being here this morning. We are now, what are we now? 17 minutes away from opening this thing. Getting ready to start the day. We're still down 47 on the Dow. Nothing dramatic, but it is a reversal. We were up earlier, and now we're off. We're down 3 points on the S&P, and we're down 12.5 on the NASDAQ market, as best as I can see. I'm trying to get my big ass iPad to refresh. I'm showing GameStop right now up 12 cents at 144.99. We're talking a nothing burger here. There's nothing going on at the moment. Let's see what else going on here. Swiss butter. Look, if you invest, it is still worth the membership. If you don't even watch, Bruce sends updates on big news. This keeps me hands off on research, so I can still invest and not let it take over my life. Well worth the membership. Thank you guys for your kind words. I do appreciate it. It's just great when viewers tell other viewers, this is why I'm a member. I invite those comments anytime because I'm always looking to grow the membership of this channel, grow the following of this channel. If those of you who are our members are here, would love to, if you're interested and you're willing to make a comment about why you're a member of this channel, what is it about being here that you enjoy? If it helps to motivate others to become members, oh, I'm over the moon, just over the moon, because it's somewhat unsolicited. I mean, of course, I'm asking for those of you to speak, but if you're interested in doing that anytime, by all means, thank you so much. The advertising revenue that YouTube pays me to do this, if you folks out there think that I get rich, because right now I have 300, there's 306 people watching right now. There's a little meter up here on my screen telling me there's 306 people here. If you think that I get rich talking to 306 people at a time, you could think again. This channel, if I were to make a living off of YouTube revenue from YouTube, I'd have to have 5,000 people up there minimum all day long. And even then, it would not be a lot of money. At this moment, I think 300 people right here. This means that I will be paid by YouTube about $1 an hour. Dude, let's make it $2 an hour. So YouTube's paying me $2 an hour to be here. So you try to get by being live 3 hours in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon, 4 hours a day live at $2 an hour. You tell me how the bills are being paid on that. That's not how I survive. It is right here. This is the way. These folks here, right here. These folks right here who are commenting are paying the freight to keep this guy going. That is exactly what it is, and I'm hoping that you're getting out of this channel what you want to get out of this channel. And those of you who are not members and you want to make a comment over here, you can do it. You just do a super chat, make a donation to yours truly. You can pop up a comment right here. They'll show up in little bars. I do appreciate super chat. And then those of you who score big, if you make some money because I've recommended something, it is most appreciated. If any of you out there want to make a donation to this old man, sure. But the preferred method for that is looking down below at the PayPal link that we have. All donations on PayPal are gold. We receive, Jennifer and I, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife and I, we get 96% of the money from PayPal. So if you're making a $10 donation to us on PayPal, we get $9.60 of that. If you're making a $10 super chat over here, we get $7 of that. So we don't mind super chats, but we love PayPal donations. They're phenomenal. What I want to have is viewers who watch me and make $20,000 on a trade. Those are the kind of viewers I want to turn all of you into. Where you guys are making some serious coin and you're throwing hundreds of dollars in donations at this guy going, throw him a couple of bucks. This is awesome. I can't find a financial advisor out there that can give me these kinds of returns. That's what I hope is happening to you out there. Does every trade you make you money? No, that's not true. But you know what? If you learn how these markets work, you will make fewer mistakes. And if you make fewer mistakes, you will end up winning more often than you lose. And I mean 9 out of 10, 19 out of 20. You will win many more times than losing. And that is number one priority right now. Do not make stupid mistakes in the stock market. I can't tell you how many times people on one-on-ones will say, oh, I made a stupid trade, Bruce. I just blew it. I had made money on this and on that and on that, and then I pissed it all away on one stupid trade. And if I'd known then what I know now, listening to you and being here, I wouldn't have lost all that money. That is the secret as well. All right, Rob, I came for the stock tips. I stayed for Uncle Bruce's brutal honesty, Auntie Jen's curling tips, and delicious bagels. The Yuko album almost made me leave, though. Thank you. What else is going on here? Bobby Atkinson, make it 2:15, Uncle Bruce. Get the wife something nice. Andrew, I'm thumbs up number 126. Uncle Bruce teaches a way to stay in business that makes logical sense to me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Jennifer, Rob, well, that Yoko album is what hooked me. Uncle Bruce dancing was priceless. I love Uncle Bruce. Nelson, I'm only here to watch a homeless man eat bagels and make Seinfeld references. 100%. That's all I want. That's all I'm here for. Yada, yada, yada. Please, no more Yoko, Bruce. Aurora, my husband found your channel almost a year ago. We were looking for ways to make our money work for us. I want to work from home, self-employed. Right on, Aurora. WD, good morning. I'm thumbs up number 122. Thank you, Mallow. Bring Yoko back. She's in storage. She's in a cardboard box with a bunch of other albums. The problem is that the last time I was at the storage unit, the cardboard box was turning black on the outside. You remember that scene in Indiana Jones? Was it the third installment? They were showing that container that had that. Was it the sarcophagus or whatever that thing was called? You know, that from the first Indiana Jones movie, and the box was turning black on the outside. It's what's happening with my Yoko Ono box. I'm afraid to open it. Speaking of super chats, oh my gosh, Francis FL, thank you for this donation. Let's make it minimum wage. Here for the old broker talk. Thank you. Thank you very much for the minimum wage of 19.99 euros. I appreciate that very much, guys. You guys are great. Good morning, Alberta from Duncan, Rob, Raiders of the Yoko, the Ark of the Covenant. John, the box went black. Yoko's going to start pulling hearts out. Look out. Angela, he talks in plain English. Plus, I can't stop looking at that off-centered lamp in the back. What lamp are you talking about? There is no lamp here. There's the only lamp is this lamp. You see these round rings right there? There they are. See those? That's the ring lamp right here. That's the only lamp in this room. I don't know what lamp you guys keep talking about. Crooked lamp. What do you mean by that? Minimum wage in Canada is more than that, Francis. Raiders of the Lost Yoko, laugh out loud. Obama. It's fun to hear the stories about how people found this channel and why they stayed. Nicholas, number 142, thumbs up, buddy. Thank you, guys. What lamp? There is no lamp. We're 8 minutes away from opening. I don't know how you guys think there's a lamp in this room. I just don't. I don't know what you guys are eating, smoking, ingesting. I have no idea. Stephen, Uncle Bruce, I'm not rich yet, but I'm down a lot, but I'm making money, and I will for the rest of my life with the knowledge you've given me. Fantastic. Swiss Butter, just watched the 10 Commandments the other day. Was waiting for Heston's face to melt. I was disappointed. Bobby, I keep trying to zoom into the toast card in the background to read it. Oh, I see what that is. I'll show it to you. Here we go. Here it is right here. This was sent to me by a viewer for my other channel. It just says "woohoo." It's a card that says "woohoo," and I have viewers from Michigan, and they send me notes and they tell me how they're doing, and they wish Jennifer and I all the best. I get these cards all the time in my mailbox. There's a mail address down below. It's a P.O. box. If you want to send us a greeting card or something, a postcard, please do. Anyway, yeah, so I just put that up there. We got this in a couple of weeks ago, and I just put it there for the moment. When I was back in Creston getting all those cards then, I had them pinned on the wall behind me. They're all in storage, and someday they'll come out again. But yeah, it's pretty cool getting stuff in the mail. Swiss, remember, referred to getting updates on big news. What is that? What is the big news? I don't know what the big news is. We're opening in 7 minutes. That's big news. We're down 74 points on the Dow. We're down 6 on S&P. We're up 5 on NASDAQ. GameStop 145, up 13 cents. That's where we are right now. We're waiting for earnings season to really kick in. Not so much this week, but next week we begin, and we'll see what's going to happen. Hang on, folks. Max E. Bruce has a mindset of abundance and seems genuinely passionate about helping people see the world in a new way to make their lives better. Couple that with decades of real world experience equals value. Thank you, Max. That's really kind of you. The lamp showing a bullish tilt this morning. I don't know what they're talking about with lamp. Rob, Swiss better. Oh, you have to watch the sequel called Passion of the Christ. John, I found it because of all the GameStop hype. However, I was way late to the game, lurked for a while, but I've been here almost every day. Fantastic, Stephen. Same here, John. The Stephen lurking since then. Swiss bought up. The Rob watched that, hoping Mel's face would melt. Isn't it like 15 an hour, Rob? You can get a job here at Tim Hortons and get 15 to 17 an hour. McDonald's 17 an hour. It's unbelievable. Winter returned to Winterpeg again today. Did it ever? They canceled the hockey game tonight. They canceled it yesterday. Seattle's hockey club was here in Calgary last night, played the Flames. They were supposed to fly to Winnipeg last evening to play tonight. They didn't even get on the plane to go to Winnipeg. That game was canceled yesterday morning for tonight in Winnipeg. That's how bad it's going to get, or is. Let's see. It's going to be ugly. Monk, I'm a member. I don't get updates or alerts. I used to, but not anymore. And Monk, I don't understand why you don't. Those of you out there who do not get alerts from my channel whenever I announce anything, it is likely this, your iPad, or your computer, but it could be this. And what I want to mention is, and I've had people tell me this, they found the solution. Whenever you guys get software updates from Apple, you know how many times we get these updates every year, and they're a pain in the rear end because your phone gets updated and now none of your passwords work anymore and you got to reset everything. What can happen from time to time is when you get an iPhone reset or whatever, or sometimes you add an app to your phone, you are unknowingly limiting messages into your alert status. And what can happen is my channel and YouTubers, all of a sudden, any messages from YouTube coming to you are treated as junk and are deflected and are blocked. So you have to go into your phone settings and you have to determine whether or not everything you're bringing in is blocked or not. Now, I don't know how to tell you to do this. This is not my forte. There are, however, videos on YouTube to help you determine whether or not your phone's settings are such that you've got blocked messages coming from either YouTubers or other entities. Might be other platforms or whatever. So look into that. Monk, that could be the problem. And it might be the problem with your phone, your iPad, or your computer. It could be just as simple as that. I don't know how to fix it, but apparently it is fixable. It is you can get over it, get through it, and be alerted like you're supposed to. Now, that's all I can say from this end. Some folks might give you advice here from time to time, but I would do a YouTube search on that, or go to Google and enter in there how to unblock new YouTube alerts to come to my cell phone or something like that and see what's going on. All right. Mark, Swiss Butter member referred to getting updates on big news. What is that? Bobby, you don't get the morning YouTube alert or the primetime one? Bobby wants to know. 5 minutes. We're 3 minutes away from opening. Nelson stores were putting up closed due to weather signs before the snow even started. It's supposed to last for days. It's April. Come on. Yep, the monk saying I don't get anything. Hopefully DQ or NLT is here to ring the bell. I think Larry got tossed in the clink. Bobby, I find I don't get the alert if I'm on YouTube, but when the channel goes live, I get an alert. It's weird. Monk, I might be going damn thin. I don't know. Again, it's not generally. It's not you. It's these automatic updates we get from time to time, and sometimes your phone will do a refresh, or you turn off your phone, you turn your phone on, and you're okay. But there's other times where refreshes go through, we don't even realize it, and we just don't get messages. We don't miss them for a while, and then we notice, I'm not getting these alerts anymore. What's with that? So yeah, do some checking on that. I thought I'd stop sending alerts. I have to look into it. There you go. No, I haven't stopped sending alerts. I do an alert for every show. The pre-market show, the trader alert show, this show, the afternoon show, my show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Uncle Bruce. Alerts will go out today. You should be getting them for every show that I pop up there. Absolutely. And so you want to look into that out there, okay? I get the alerts right on, Nick. Thank goodness for that. We are opening in a minute, kids. We're going to get ready to start trading here. We're down 40 on the Dow, down a point on S&P. We're up 22 on NASDAQ. That seems to be early indications. It's not much of a move going on here. It's not like a dramatic, crazy opening, terribly bad, terribly good. It's just going to be quiet, it would seem. We'll see in the next minute when the bells start to ring how this market starts off. And we'll follow it as we always do. I'm showing GameStop at 144.95. Other pre-market quotes at the moment. I'm showing. Hang on, here we go. I've got Rocket Lab up 2 cents. I've got SoFi down 3. GameStop up 7 cents. Nothing on AMC. Maybe a 4-cent gain. Matterport down 3. 23andMe is unchanged. We're now getting into trading, so forget the pre-markets. We're into trading right now, and we're up and running. Let's see what we've got going for you guys as we start the day off. I'm showing at the moment the Dow Jones down 40 points, as expected. Cyxtera is up 4 cents. Rocket Lab up 2. SoFi down 3 cents. GameStop down a dime. AMC right now is up 8 cents. Over at Matterport up 9. 23andMe down 2, Spire up a half a penny, ATIP up 2 cents, Smart Rent down 2 cents, Pfizer up 11, and Hewlett Packard down 3 cents to 37.86 at the moment as we wait for this market to fully open up and get functional, and we'll follow how it wants to trade. Not Larry, Bike Man Titus. The bells have been rung. On behalf of Larry, thank you, DQ, for that, as always. We got Larry Titus in a grand jury thing. Our bell ringer is in a grand jury for another, a week or two, and then he finally gets up. 6 weeks. 6 weeks he's been in a grand jury. Absolutely ridiculous. I sure hope he's out of there. I don't know if it's a week or two more, and then he's finally out. It'll be nice to have him back. Beach Boy is here. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I entered a 355 limit to buy back 13 GameStop April 29, 160 calls. And I put in a 2055 limit for July 15, 160s. What are your thoughts on this? It sounds pretty good. I'll take a look at these markets on my big ass iPad, but my quotes are, of course, behind. Let's take a look. So he's got April 29th, 160s. He's trying to buy back for nice and cheap money, and why not? They're out of the money, and every day that goes by, these contracts are closer to death, expiry. They're going to expire worthless. There's no question about that. If the shares are going to stay down here in this 143 neighborhood, these contracts have no value. They're 17 out of the money now at 143 a share. The 160s right now, they were quoted last night at the end of the day at 6 to 680. That was the quote on GameStop 160s for April 29th. Think about this. If you own GameStop shares, you can offer your stock for sale for $160 a share to option players out there. They will pay you $6 a share, $600 for a single call option. They'll give you $600 to get an option from you, the right to buy your stock from you for $160 a share, but only until April the 29th. That's 16 days. And that includes weekends, by the way, where we don't trade. $6 you can bring in as of last night's close. Beach Boy, he'd like to buy those calls at $355, and I think that's a reasonable price to pay. After all, they're 17 out of the money. I mean, what are we talking about here? The 170s are 410 bid. The 180s are 294 bid. So, I mean, we know where these contracts are going. They're going to zero. But, today is 16 days before expiry. There's time value here. That's why they're worth 6. If you want to write a 150 contract, you would have received last night at the bell $845 for a contract to let people buy the stock from you at 150. We closed at 144, 145 last night, so they're out of the money too. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Beach Boy, if you can get 355, if you can scoop them for 355, we're all going to be very happy. I know you'll be very happy with that. It would take, as far as I'm concerned, my guess is you're going to need the stock to back off about let's see, we're at 142.51 right now. I'm going to guess we're going to need about $8 to $10 drop, and you are on your way. We're down about $2 right now. So, if they went down to 136, 135, 36, you might well get filled on your contracts. You never know. Sometimes this happens faster than you can realize. I don't know if the 160s are even trading at $6 right now. They might be quoting at 550, and he's only $2 away on his calls. We'll see what's going on. Olivia, we've been missing Larry. I hear you there. Olivia, 122, you got this. Nick, thumbs up number 163 or 164, somewhere there, buddy. I'm giving you thumbs ups like everybody else. Thank you, everybody. I do appreciate that. Austin, speaking of delays, my TD app has been so weird recently. I've seen my account drop and gain thousands in a second, and it's super glitchy. That's what it does happen from time to time, but they'll figure it out. The Dow right now is showing a gain, it looks like, of 90 points. We seem to have a little pop there on the market. We've got S&P up 7. We've got NASDAQ up 5. Oil up $1.73 at the moment. That seems to be what's going on at the moment here. We'll watch for that. Curious also about something else. Let me see if I can pop this up here. Hang on one second. I will take a peek at this market. Just want to see how JP Morgan is faring right now. JP Morgan, 128.29. They came out with their earnings this morning in kind of in line with what analysts were figuring. They're dropping 3.25 a share, which is only 2.4% so far. They were as low as 126. They're now at 128. So this stock actually has bounced up $2 from its low. Over at Goldman Sachs, our friends at Goldman, and we will have them report tomorrow. Those shares this morning were at 314.70. They're now 319.30. They have bumped up almost $5, 319.46. So they've almost come up $5 from the opening trade this morning of 314-ish. So this is good news. We are noticing the street not reacting all that negatively to the JP Morgan numbers with regards to these other bank stocks. So we'll watch for that. That's a good sign. Other than that, let me take a look at these markets. Our favorites right now, I'm looking at Rocket Lab. It's down 11 cents. We got SoFi down 16. We have GameStop off 232 to 142.55. We've got AMC down 32 cents to 17.11. $13 downside is the worry on AMC. We could still lose $4 more on that one. Matterport down a penny. 23andMe, it's down 6 cents. Spire unchanged. ATIP down 2. SmartRent down a dime. Sextera up 6 cents. Make that up 14 now. Up 14 cents. $12.97. Apple is down 29 cents. Goldman, as I say, down 37. Cisco down a penny. Tesla down 306. ARC Adventures, or ARC Innovation, which is an adventure, up 11 cents to 59.96. Microsoft down 15 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down $1.45. They came up with earnings this morning. They're losing money as expected. The shares are 16.52 so far. They've been as low as 15.80. They're now 16.53, near the high of the day for Bed Bath Beyond. They've actually recovered 70 cents from the lowest trade. Pfizer is up 47 cents to 53.58, and Hewlett Packard, HPQ, not to be confused with Hewlett Packard Enterprises. Hewlett Packard is 37.93, up 4 cents at the moment. That is where we're at right now. Home Depot stock price target has been cut by UBS to $390 a share from $430 a share. Now, you're wondering, what does that mean? Wait a minute, there's something not right there. Yeah, what's not right? Let me tell you what isn't right with that. You're cutting the price target to $390. The stock is at $308. It's at $308 now. You're cutting it to $390. That's a nice little $82 bump from here. So the UBS still likes it. They just don't like it as much as they used to, I suppose. 308 is where it's trading at, and the target is 390. Trying to figure these guys out. Sometimes they're just not in the area code. Why don't you give us a projection for the next 90 days and tell us that from 308 we think it can go to 350 or down to 285? No, they gave us these generic price targets way above the market. And a lot of investors just don't believe it. They just kind of go, well, it's a fluff call. There's no reality to it. Just a fluff call. And again, who are these analysts? Likely employed by the big investment banks in New York that are the biggest backers of Home Depot when it comes to raising money for these guys. It's all friends and friends. Anyway, what are you going to do? You got to cover Home Depot. You got to cover them. Dow 30 component, of course. But 390, that'd be a nice trade if they went there. Absolutely. All right. Nicholas is saying, this, I got the SoFi at 731. They hit my bid. This thing keeps going down. I'm going to have to buy more. That's all there is to it. I hear you there. JJ, I'm thumbs up number 174, Bruce. Thank you, JJ. I appreciate this. Rob, Nicholas, I just bought up some at 732 myself. Yes, let's see. I closed out my AMC short yesterday at 1742, waiting for another pop to redo it again, says JJ. That's nice money being made there, buddy. 1718 right now on AMC. We're down 24 more cents. No pop yet. 144 on GameStop, down 87 cents. The range on GameStop today now is, in the first 10 minutes, 142 for the low, 145 for the high. That is where we're at so far on GameStop. 142 for the low, 145 for the high. Volume in 10 minutes for GameStop today, 109,000 shares. Not a very strong, heavy volume open. Quite quiet. Matterport down 3 cents. ME down 4 cents. Spire's unchanged. We've got ATIP down 2. SmartRent down 5. Pfizer up 34 cents. Hewlett-Packard up 13. Robinhood $11.30. 11.30 down 15 cents. Robinhood did have a rally 2 weeks ago to 16. Couldn't hold it, and we're back to 11. New lows are being set here as we go. VanEck Vectors, those the ETF that has all those chip stocks in there, 60 of the top manufacturers of chips. VanEck up 320 to $243 a unit right now. Home Depot 307 up 141. Speaking of Home Depot, over on IBM we are we're up 35 cents. Microsoft down a penny. Apple down 34 cents. Goldman down 11 cents. That's recovered. Cisco down a dime. Facebook up 50 cents. Amazon up a quarter. Tesla up $2. Google down up $4. Bed Bath Beyond is down 71 cents. Recovering actually. Bed Bath Beyond hit 1580 right off the bat. It's now back to 1726, down only 71 cents a share. The earnings weren't a surprise to me. They were supposed to lose money. They lost money. Yeah, we know that. They're in a turnaround situation. And now we have Ryan Cohen as an investor in there. So, we'll see what happens. Royal Caribbean up $2.28 to $81 a share. Target up $1.25. JP Morgan down $3.70 to $27.84. The low of the day, 126. And we're now at 127.94. We're trying to get to nearer the high of the day at the moment as we speak. JP Morgan having brought out their results today, and the results were not all that surprising. The stock is trading now at 8.3 times earnings, and as I say, they hit 126 for the low. They're now approaching 128, and they are down around 350 or so for the morning. All right, Costco up $4, Walmart up 95 cents, Nvidia up 475. Over at American Airlines, we're up $1.25 to $18.37. There's hope in the airline business. The hope is that the passengers will come back this summer. The hope is that oil and gas prices will stay muted. The hope is that interest rates won't go too high. The hope is that inflation will moderate. The hope is that airlines can find the staff to man the planes, man the ticket counters, man the baggage area, and handle the increased business if the increased business comes. Boy, there's a lot to hope for in the airline business, and I would not be a buyer of airline stock. No way. I don't believe it. I'm happy that the airlines could be improving their numbers. Yes. I'm happy that we might be traveling more. Yes. But I'm worried that inflation, higher wage costs, higher interest costs to run these airlines, and don't forget, every airline globally has added debt to their bottom line to survive this pandemic. American Airlines across the board, all of them have been handed money by Washington under a huge socialist bailout program under Trump and under Biden to stick around. Then they borrowed a whole bunch of money from the US government through bond issuances at very favorable rates. But the bottom line is this money has to be paid back. And it's coming out of airfares that just aren't there. They're not netting a profit at this point. None of them are. They're all losing money. Still, they are bleeding money off. They're hoping the summer travel season will begin the turnaround for these major airlines. But I got to say, your airfares are going to go higher sooner or later in order for these guys to survive. They cannot keep offering airfares at losses. It just doesn't fly unless they think they can keep getting socialist handouts from the government of the United States to keep flying, to stay in business. As long as taxpayers are willing through their politicians to give the airlines money for nothing to not perform, then I guess they'll continue flying. But you got to wonder, when is this going to end? It is really kind of weird. Anyway, Moderna up $3 to 162 to finish our quotes. Right now, the Dow up 89. We're not going very far, very fast. We got a 13-point gain on S&P and a 74-point gain on NASDAQ. Half a point, quarter of a point on the indexes. It's better, yep, but it's not incredibly good. We've lost a lot of points in the last 3 days. We'll see what's going on. All right, what's going on here? Steven, I bought 300 SoFi in the 7-8 range. I need to wait for me as well. Nazareth just bought back my 145 GameStop call that I wrote that expiring next Friday. I sold it for $12.75. I just bought it back for $7.90. It's a one-day trade. I almost made $5 a contract. That's 500 a contract times 9 contracts. $4,500 profit. I'll take it, says Nazareth. And Nazareth, I say, why not? Why not take that kind of money? Well done. The stock right now, 146.10 on GameStop, up $1.23. Guess what Nazareth is doing now? Plotting to write new contracts. If there's shares if they want to go up to 150, Nazareth will be more than happy to write contracts again. He'll pick the price he wants, the contract he wants, the expiry dates he wants, and write again and score another trade. Well done. Welcome to the party, pal. Bobby, I find it hard to imagine it doesn't run up into earnings. They've beaten the last two, and website traffic has blown up after announcing 1.25 APY. We're talking about SoFi here. There's a lot of potential on that SoFi stock. The question is when. Duncan is saying hi to Beach Boy. Rob, we had one of our guys last day on Friday. He gave over all his projects and reports to another colleague. As of Monday, his most important report isn't working properly. Guess who's going to fix it? Bobby, I'm still interested in travel south until next year if COVID stays the way it is. There you go. We will watch for all of that. The Dow right now up 71. We're not going very far. We got GameStop right now 145.48. with the high trade of 146.59 now. 146.59 was a high. 145.63 last trade on GameStop. We're up 76 cents. Now we're at 145.18, up 30 cents. So we're backing off again. SoFi is 7.50, up a penny. It's gone green. Rocket Lab 8.20, holding its own. Sextera 12.97, up 14 cents. Green over there. AMC is green, up 23 cents. Matterport up 14 cents to 7.22. ME up a penny to 3.40. Spire up a half a penny to 184.5. We've got ATIP down a penny. SmartRent down 7 cents. We have Pfizer up 30 cents. And we've got Hewlett Packard at 38 even. $38 up 12 cents. The markets seem to be green right now. How green and how powerfully green? That's what we want to know. We're up 92 on the Dow. We're up 15 on S&P. And we're up 96 on NASDAQ. 3/4 of a point gain on NASDAQ and about a quarter to a third of a point on the other indexes right now. Oil, 183 higher at 102 in Texas right now. All right. FL is saying people that invest in airlines are just bored and have too much money. Jets don't fly on kerosene. They fly on dollars, and those are getting expenses. Duncan saying, good morning, everybody. JJ, cue the music. Dire Straits, money for nothing. Rob Nazareth, awesome. I bought it back too for $8, modest gain, but I'm hoping for a nice run today to write even more. Olivia, nice work, Nazareth. Nick, Uncle Bruce, whenever some analyst gives some upgrades or downgrades, no matter what, I always short and I win. So as usual, I shorted Home Depot at 308 and I covered in 5 minutes, made a cool $500 profit. There you go, my friend. Duncan, 1 year down 12%. Rob, Uncle Bruce, do you think we've hit the bottom on GameStop? It's been having trouble going under 140. We have noticed that in the last 4 or 5 days, we've been kind of hanging around 141, 145, 150, kind of in this area now, this last week. Is it possible there's a big fat buy order trying to buy up stock between 140 and 141 a share, 142? Maybe, but I don't see the volume. I don't see that kind of support level being indicated. I see the stock trading very thinly and kind of meandering about. Trading between a $6, $8, $10 range per day at the moment. And I'm wondering whether or not we're going to kind of, finish our little pause and then move into a new direction. Now, is that going to be higher or is that going to be lower? My odds are lower, only because I don't see corporate news coming out in the next week or two because we have the annual meeting coming up. That's the next big thing, is the annual meeting of this company to vote on several aspects of this company's existence, including an authorization in the increase in the number of shares outstanding to 1 billion shares from 300 million. And then, of course, we will get the announcement from the board of directors as to what the stock split is going to be. We know there's going to be one. We just don't know what it's going to be. Now, maybe the shares are reluctant to go under 140 because of this news of the split. I got to tell you, Amazon, Google, Tesla, they've all announced stock splits, and their shares are fluctuating as usual. After the initial little pop-up, they all backed off, and the markets and fundamentals are taking over. And watching market fundamentals is what we're doing here all the time. We have to, or we're just shortchanging ourselves. And fundamentals are iffy right now because of a number of things. And so, yeah, you could be right, Rob. Maybe there's a base here, but you know what? That lets you determine then that if you're going to write maybe 150s, the stock wants to pop to 146, 148, you might write 150s and then comfortably buy those back when the shares reach 142, 143. Maybe you'll play that game. Right now, we are at 143.06 on GameStop. We're down 181 again. We're negative again. We did hit 146.59. That was the high trade about 15 minutes ago, but now we're at 143.03. I will say this though, Rob, if they break 140, that might be a trigger that we're going to 130. I mean, there might be another $10 drop right now. So this 140 level of support might be an artificial wall of psychological support, and we breach this, maybe all bets are off until we're back to 130. So we'll watch for that. That's why you want to write out of the money contracts for sure. Wavy Gravy, I'm still sitting on my 145s, and right now at 143 something, he's out of the money. He's looking good. Tiff, Uncle Bruce, is there another cat dead bounce, or are we going up for real this time? This could be a dead cat bounce. This could be. What I like to see, though, is what we saw yesterday morning. I really like it when the markets have a real nice start to the day, a real good one, and then they peter out, and then they back it all up. And that's what happened yesterday. We were up 350 points on the Dow in the first 40 minutes, and then we lost it all and more. And that was a classic dead cat bounce. Now we could be in a mini dead cat bounce. We're up 120 now. Maybe we get this little pop, and then in the next 3 hours, we grind our way back to negative 150 points. That can happen. That would be another one. I just don't see a lot of economic news coming out that is telling me that these markets are going up 1,000 points from here in the immediate future. I see earnings reports now every day coming out as earnings season is kicking in, and I see uncertainty. I see people questioning whether or not companies can match last year's earnings, beat next year's earnings, and talk about the next 6 months about whether or not they can even hold the momentum that they're into right now. Do public companies believe that the next 3 to 6 months will be very difficult for them to match last year's numbers? Because a year ago, we were coming out of the pandemic, coming out of the lockout. We were coming back. And here we are now, maybe backing off because of inflation, higher interest rates, uncertainty, and so on. So we'll see. Nicholas, the markets are trying to turn green. Tilt the lamp more. What lamp are you talking about? Beach Boy, good morning to you too, Duncan. It is 4:44 p.m. over here. But who cares? Time for the wake-up juice. Rob, the low volume on GameStop definitely isn't inspiring. It's not inspiring for an upwards move. However, the fact is, it's not dropping like a rock anymore. Makes a low volume a double-edged sword. Shouldn't take much to run it. Well, again, everyone has their opinion on this. Absolutely, it's a double-edged sword. There's no question about it. 145.30 right now. We're actually up 40 cents. So, there you have it. Duncan, I've been trying to work myself. I'm running on very little sleep myself here. Coyote, good thing that time's on our side. Wavy, Rob, is that what I'm worried of as well, as it might pop here? Rob, SoFi 749. Glad I bought more 732. Beach Boy, welcome to the Very Little Sleep Club adventures. Olivia, I'd like to load up on GameStop every paycheck before the stock split. Keep it dropping, baby. Rob, Olivia, day of record was April the 8th, I believe. That's for the vote. That is for the vote. Everyone who owns stock will have new split stock no matter when you buy it. Schrodinger's cat bounce. Olivia, is day of record for the split or just for voting? For voting. Oh, wait. Yeah, I might be wrong, says Rob. Bobby, if I read that correctly yesterday or Monday. I might be wrong too, laughing out loud. Let's ski here. Let's go here. Aaron, Uncle Bruce, why do you think GameStop, why do you think they're going to split the stock? Are they just trying to wean out the short sellers because they'll have double the shares to cover? Or what other reason could it be? My guess is there's many, many reasons, but I'm gonna suggest that the main reason for the stock split is probably because they want to increase volume of trading and they want to decrease the spread between bid and ask. And I think this is going to be very prevalent for the options market. If they do a split of 5-to-1, so for every one share you have now, you have 5 shares. For every option you are long or short, you're now long or short 5 options. And the stock will trade at 1/5 of its price, as will the options. It'll all be 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. We could have a scenario where instead of having like a stock quote of 15 cents between bid and ask, it might be a 3-cent spread between bid and ask because there are 5 times as many shares that can trade now. Options, instead of having a 50-cent spread between buy and sell, that might be down to a dime. It could be that options expiring this week, let's say Thursday's contract, could have at the money pricing. For example, right now the stock's 145. If you were trying to trade a 145 contract, instead of having a 50-cent spread, we might have a 1-cent spread between buyer and seller with a 5-for-1 rollback. So we'll be trading at 30, just under $30 a share here, 29 something a share. On the stock and the contracts, instead of trading at $7.50 to $8, they'll be $1.50 to $1.51 instead of $1.50 to $1.80. That will be the real reason for this split, and this will appeal to more institutional traders and more retail traders. You bring the price down to play the game on GameStop right now. To buy 100 shares is $14,500. You want to buy 100 shares after the split, it might be $2,900 and something for 100 shares. Of course, it's like buying 20 now, but you can't write an option on 20 shares right now. You buy 20 shares of GameStop, you can't write a call option against 20 shares. But if you buy 100 shares after the 5-for-1 split, assuming it's a 5-for-1 split, you're paying $2,900 something for 100 shares. Now you can write an option. You're not going to get $8 premium for a 1-week contract with a $30 stock. No. But if you get $1.60, it's the same percentage. It's a huge percentage. So you got that to think about. Okay. YouTube won't let me put the accent. Laughing out loud, says Gowdy. Credit Savage, today we rebound, baby. Dave, the Mac guy, by doing the split as a dividend issue, they're purposely attacking the people that have borrowed shares to short. Otherwise, they could have just done a regular split. I think you might be right. From certain tax angles, there might be issues there. I can't get into that, though. I'm not an expert in that area. We're up 61 on the Dow. We're backing up. We're only up 61 points. We're up 6 on S&P. We're up 68 on NASDAQ. We're definitely dropping right now. That is definitely what's happening here. 2- and 5-year Treasury yields are dropping, says the headlines, even though we've had inflation concerns. Interest rates right now, a 10-year Treasury is showing 2.68%. We were at 2.8 yesterday, so we're at 2.68 now. Germany is at 0.77. We were in the 0.8 something yesterday. The UK is 1.82. We were showing 1.9 yesterday. So we're definitely backing off a little bit here on the yields on treasuries. As far as currencies go, the euro is at 108.19. The euro was 109 to 110 a week or two ago. The pound is at 130 to the US dollar, 30-cent premium. That was 131, 132, 133 not too long ago. So we've backed off on the pound and on the euro. The yen is at 125 right now. There's a lot of concern about the Japanese yen's value against the US dollar. We'll see how that goes. The higher that gets, the cheaper Japanese goods are, but the lower, the more expensive. And the Japanese do not want a strong currency against the US dollar right now. They want their Toyotas, Lexus automobiles, and other goods to be cheaper in America, not more expensive, to keep the volume up, keep the business going. So we'll watch for that. The Dow right now is up 29 points, it would appear to me. 29 points for the Dow is the gain right now. That's a 2-point gain on S&P, 54 on NASDAQ right now. As we speak, okay. Goldman Sachs, 319.59, down 20 cents, just 20. Was down $5 this morning before we opened for trading. We got Rocket Lab up a penny. We've got SoFi up a penny. We have GameStop at 144.11, down 76 cents right here. AMC up 35 cents to 17.77. It sounds great. It's up 35 cents. The bad news, 17.77 is the price. We were as low as 16.94 today. And AMC's downside, $13 a share. And that would be terrible because the shares ran from $12 to $20 to $72 not too long ago. And it's given it all back, all of it. And there are hundreds of billions of dollars lost on the value of AMC stock by a lot of innocent investors who were being told it's the mother of all short squeezes. It's finally happening. This stock is finally going to go to 200 a share. And it got to 72, and then it all fell apart. And here we are now, licking wounds. People are licking their wounds on AMC badly. And it's a sad story because the company is still $5 billion in the hole. It's not so good. Aaron, thank you for your input, Uncle Bruce. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Aaron, for being here. Kind words. I appreciate that. We have now on the thumbs ups meter, we have 191 thumbs ups that have come in here from you wonderful people out there. I so appreciate all of you who are throwing thumbs ups our direction this morning already. Keep them coming in if you can. Let's get this to 250, 300 as soon as possible. It just adds momentum to this channel within the YouTube community. It would be great to have more people learn all about option writing, to learn how to make money on the stocks that we love to follow here, become part of our group, and become successful traders on the open market. That would be fabulous. Knowledge is king. So anyway, any of you can hit the thumbs up button. You're actually helping the channel get further exposure, and I do appreciate it. Those of you who are becoming Gold Bagel members, rolling over your membership every month and sticking around here, thank you, all of you. Chilling with Bruce members, Gold Bagel members, you guys are awesome. Any of you subscribing to this channel, I do appreciate that very much. Keep those coming through. And remember, tonight, 8 o'clock prime time, I'm live at 8 o'clock tonight for Gold Bagel members. For the evening, we'll be on for about an hour or so, and let me know what your questions are about your accounts, your trading strategies, whatever. We'll talk about that. I'm looking forward to it. You know, Duncan, I'm crossing my arms on AMC. I'm not doing anything. John had to actually work. What did I miss? SoFi and Spire trying to rebound a little bit here. We're up 3 on SoFi, 4 on Rocket Lab. We're up 58 cents on GameStop. AMC 1798, 1802 on AMC, trying to go higher. Another opportunity for those of you who own AMC. These shares want to go up here. You get ready to write contracts against those shares. Write 20s. Good for 2 or 3 weeks. Take the premiums. Absolutely. Buy more AMC on dips if you want, but take your premiums. Matterport up 22 to 730. ME up 8, 347 each. Spire up 3 to 187. ATIP up a penny and a half to 183.5. Smart Rent up 5 cents to 485. Pfizer down 11 cents to $53 even. Hewlett Packard HPQ, we're at 37.96, up 8 cents right now. Microsoft up $1.66. We got Apple up 79. Goldman up 23 cents. It's at 320. Goldman is positive after the JP Morgan numbers came out today. This is very important to see. Very important. It's giving us a hint as to what might happen when Goldman releases their numbers tomorrow. We'll see how this plays out. All right, we'll take those. Any little gain like that. We were down $5 on Goldman. So, okay, let's get some strength here. Bobby, Shopify Canada, second greatest stock, is going to split this year as well. That's true. I think, what was it, 10 for 1? Zed throwing a hard ball for a strike for 192 thumbs ups. Thank you, buddy. Nick, Uncle Bruce, it is so addictive shorting HD. I did it again, shorted at 108.92 and covered $1,700 gain. Come on, baby, make me some moolah. There you go, buddy. Lame duck. That's my goal, to teach friends and family how to write cover calls, but them two people will not listen. I gotta tell you guys, I don't know how many times I've had chats with viewers. Whenever we do these one-on-ones, I can't tell you how many times you folks tell me how your relatives, friends, co-workers, people you've known for years, they ask you, hey, somebody told me that you're watching a YouTube channel all the time, and you're doing some kind of trading or something, and you're making some money with watching some guy on YouTube, and you go, yeah. I watch Uncle Bruce and hang out with the gang over there. His Gold Bagel member family. I'm a member of that. What do you do? And then some of you are telling me, well, I try to explain to my mom and dad, or my brothers and sisters, or my cousins and uncles, and they ask me at the dinner table on Sunday. I get grilled every week. Oh, well, how you doing on your options? And I try to explain how they work, and they just glaze over, and they go, oh, we can't understand that stuff. It's all gobbledygook to us. It's very difficult to explain how to write options to someone who doesn't know a thing about the market, doesn't want to know a thing about the market. All they want to know is, can you just tell me what trade to make so I can make a couple of bucks because I got bills? They want the lottery ticket win. They just want to, I'll give you $5. You give me 100 back. I'm a happy guy. I give you $1,000. Give me 5,000 back. I'm a happy guy. Can't you just give me that kind of a trade? And there are YouTubers out there who will try to give you those kinds of trades and have been for forever and will always be. And then there's the rest of us over here. And we're the ones grinding out the money. And we are grinding it out and grinding it out. Just like a casino in Vegas. They're always open 24/7, willing to take gamblers' bets and grinding profits. And so many of you have attempted under duress to explain option writing. And you tell me they just don't get it. They think I'm making this up. They think that I'm missing something, and they just don't believe it. It's all right. It's all good. It's all right. What else going on? Bama Babe. Yep. Family members and friends think I'm just plain weird. Bama Babe. Yep. They do not want to put in the work to gain the knowledge. Exactly. And, look, I've heard it said through in my entire lifetime. I used to hear these words, these one-liners where you'd be watching a news story and there's 10 people in the room, and the story would be about, I don't know, hospital so-and-so trying to hire more nurses, and there's a doctor shortage. And even though doctors earn $200,000 a year, there's a doctor shortage. And then inevitably, somebody in the crowd says, "Oh, those doctors sure make a lot of money. I wish I was making that kind of money." Great statement, nice little one-liner. The reality is that the reason there's a doctor shortage is you can't manufacture a doctor in 15 weeks on a correspondence course. Doctors need to be fully vetted and licensed and trained. We're talking, 6, 8, 10, 12 years of studies, testing, qualifying to become a doctor. Do you think that those folks are finally worth $200,000 a year after all that work? I would think. Plumbers can learn their trade in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. There are great plumbers and there are crappy plumbers. But you know what? You can be an electrician, a plumber, a refrigeration expert, a car mechanic, a truck mechanic, in way a shorter period of time than becoming a full-blown specialty doctor. And you can start earning some pretty good money for 10 years before the doctor earns any of their money. Now, there's the debate. Some people say, wow.
First-class electrician makes more in their lifetime than a doctor does.
First-class electrician makes more money than a doctor in their lifetime. But they sometimes have to work in construction sites where their hands get dirty. Sometimes they have to do work on their hands and knees, and they don't. People don't want to do that. I get it. Yeah. There are
plumber, same thing.
Same with a plumber. Same with everything else. It's all up to you.
Not all kids go to university.
Not all kids go to university. Here in this crowd with us, there are viewers here with me right now who want to know what options to write and how to do the option trading, but they don't want to put the time in to learn how to do it. And they're just sitting here watching and trying to figure out how to do these option writes. They don't even want to take one of my classes, which is $100 a class. They don't want to do it. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to watch what Bruce says, and I'm going to read the comments, and I'm going to trade like everybody else. And then there are others who are here going, I've watched all of his classes. I've had my one-on-ones with this guy, several, and I've invested $2,000, $3,000 into this knowledge. And you are writing calls, and you are way down the road when it comes to experience and temperament and discipline. And you're going to make tons of moolah for the rest of your life. It's all, how bad do you want it? And so there you go. Mama Babe, you're absolutely right. You talk to relatives about what you're doing, and they look at you like...
glaze over.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't get it. Jennifer and I used to get this. Hi, Jen. How you doing?
Good morning.
We used to get this when we were stockbrokers.
Mm-hmm.
We would have relatives say, "Oh, you and Jen are stockbrokers now. Have you got any hot tips?" Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every birthday party, every camp out, every whatever. You got any hot tips? One, they don't have any money. 2, they have no idea what the market is. 3, they don't want to know. 4, they will never be an investor. I mean,
Mostly they don't want to know.
they really don't want to. They're just
Yeah.
saying a line that means nothing.
We
There
both
were-
had clients that just gave you money. Don't even try to explain it to me. Just do what you want to do. And it used to just boil my blood that, okay, it's only your money you're giving me. It's like, giving me your child and say, okay, give it back in 18 years, educate it.
Yeah.
Well,
Raise my kid for me, and if it doesn't work out, I'll blame you. Yeah. Okay.
That,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what you're doing with my money. I don't want to know. Just make money.
Just make me money. Would you mind? Would you mind?
Invest a little bit of your time and your mind into your
true.
money.
It's true. It's so true. Yeah. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, no matter what it is you're passionate about. You want to be a really good crocheter. You want to be a really good knitter. You want to be able to design dresses. You want to learn how to fix cars.
How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
How do you get to Carnegie Hall is the question. Practice. Absolutely. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall.
That's a really old joke.
That's an old joke, but it's so true.
And asked the cop on the corner in New York.
Yeah.
How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
All right. Bobby is saying when you tell them you sell high and buy low on the stock market, they get lost right there. Right there, they know what you're talking about. How can you do that? How can you sell high if you haven't got what you are selling? How do you do that? There you go, right there. Coyote is saying they thought I was weird long before this, Bruce.
It's just confirmed.
I was weird a decade ago, man. Nicholas, I tell my dog that I listen to Uncle Bruce every morning. And how I'm writing options. His eyes just glaze over. Once I shut up, my dog will tell me to buy more SoFi. Buy more SoFi.
Because nowhere in there does he hear the word walk or treat.
That's right. Didn't hear that word. Just tell him you're in insurance. It's easier than explaining options. That's right.
That's
tell them
and they won't want to talk
another
to
one
you.
is another way to get people to leave you alone is, oh, I sell cars. Oh, they'll run away from you like you can't believe. I sell cars. Good morning, Jen from Duncan. Olivia's laughing out loud. Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, I'll be honest. I've stopped trying to explain you to my buddies and some family already. I've given up. Only 2 friends who
I've stopped
invest.
trying to explain you to my friends for a long time.
Oh, that's impossible. I only 2 friends who invest listened, and everyone else thinks I'm dumb. Yet they ask for investment advice all the time. Yeah.
Right,
Credit Savage, who went to Hawaii with his family, standing in line at Starbucks and writing options and buying back options while ordering his latte. No one believes this guy. I know, it's incredible. A Coyote, the guy who made all C's in high school, wants to be a doctor. That's right.
Yeah.
Rob just came back to
I don't want the
came back to crappy plumber, says Rob.
I don't want the doctor that was the lowest one in her class. I want the one that was.
That's right. I want the top doctor. I'm not a rocket surgeon, says Coyote. Olivia says, hi, Jen. She loves you. Bobby, what do you call the medical guy that graduates with the lowest mark in the class?
Doctor.
Aaron, laugh out loud, Nicholas. That made me laugh out loud. Adventures with Duncan. I'm a family man. Bobby, what do you call a doctor that fails? Dentist? John, good morning, Jen. Bama, babe, morning, Jen. Rob, Bobby, you are an anti-dentite. Next thing you're going to say they have their own schools. They do have their own schools. You're a raving anti-dentite. Bobby, since this is my first year, I'm happy the market is in the crapper. It gives me only 1 stock to write and learn against. Wavy Gravy, yep, you guys are telling my story. I am the youngest and the weirdest. I think I'm just the only resourceful one, too.
Yay for the youngest.
One of us says don't microwave. Bobby is smiling. Bam, I just want to write covered calls. That's it. Rob, you can even sell high, buy low, even without the stock. Duncan, Brooks and Dunn, neon moon kind of day. Lame duck. It's a shame this would change everyone's lives, even $100 a month. Yep. Wavy.
Drinking in the light of a neon moon.
There you go. High is the only way I sell, says Wavy Gravy. Mallow. Wait, we're supposed to buy low and sell high?
Oh, just still on that.
What you talking about, Willis?
Casey Musgrave does a really good cover with, I think, kicks of Neon Moon. You should go listen to it.
There you go. There's some advice for you guys. Bama Babe, I've written and bought back my covered calls while sitting at red lights while driving. Laugh out loud. Lame Duck Credit Savage, you have one more friend than me. Coyote, anti-dentite. Anti-dentite. The Credit Savage, to be fair, I am unemployed. And so who's going to listen to the unemployed guy
Right?
who makes money out of thin air? They
Right.
probably think I'm in the mob, which quite,
There you
which
go.
quite honestly, I think
Yeah.
it's kind of cool, Don Savage. There you go. The Dawn, Adventure with Duncan,
Give me a
Lame
little
Duck, just bought a
respect.
solar duck for my pool. No batteries needed. Rob, the Credit Savage,
Does
the
it-
unemployed listening to financial advice from a homeless bagel eater. That's it. It's
That's
getting
right.
worse and worse and worse.
That's right.
The nomad who is telling
Bagel
people how to
eater.
make money in the markets, and you're unemployed yourself because you're self-employed because you're listening to the nomad who's telling you how to trade. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you're a hit at Thanksgiving time. Oh, you're the belle of the ball.
That's right. You're sitting at the kids' table.
You're sitting there. Put that guy over there with those kids. They're like, let's talk about how badly is your boss treating you, and how much
Yeah.
do you hate your
no,
job?
no,
And,
sit at the
oh,
kids'
a bunch of your
table.
friends got laid off at so and so. That's too bad. Well, Uncle Charlie, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? You're trading options. Forget that guy. Well, let's get back to who's getting laid off and what.
No, sit at the
Yeah.
kids' table, and by next Thanksgiving, the kids will have their own chef.
The kids are trading options with mom and with Auntie and Uncle Charlie over there. Yeah, next thing you know, they're ordering nice
They got their real
cars.
nice bikes.
That's
Getting
right.
out there,
Got a new
got all the
BMX
games.
bike. I got a new video game. Well, the option premium I'm making, listening to
Charlie's
Uncle
the
Charlie and
best.
Uncle Bruce. This is great.
That's right. Now they're all thinking, oh God, who's got them in the mob?
Yeah, they brought him in. Oh Lord, Credit Savage, Rob laughing out
Our
loud,
kids
right?
are made men.
Rob, Bama Babe, you'll have to make some more profit to pay for those tickets on being on your phone when you're driving. Bama Babe, Rob,
Yeah.
oh, it would be the well worth it. Laugh out loud. Adventure Duncan, I wish I had someone to go through all the BS emails. Any takers? Lame Duck, Duncan, I bought the duck waiting in my pool. Rob, hey, those kids will listen. Duncan still can't get parts for my saltwater pool. Rob, Bama Babe, you're like a true hedge fund now. Writing covered calls while breaking laws. Just a fine is the cost of doing business. There it is. Credit Savage, during Thanksgiving dinner, I'll just get on my phone and act like I'm talking to someone.
Do we have anybody underneath Manitoba getting swept with
We
snow
talked about the
today?
blizzard. I think we had a Winnipegger here who was telling us how bad it is.
They're saying
And,
all schools are closed first time in 20 years. They
yeah,
closed
we
all
heard that
schools.
yesterday. They were
Yeah.
going to shut them down. Yeah, it's bad in
They're
Winnipeg.
getting 5 centimeters an hour right now, and it
hour.
hasn't really started.
2 inches an hour of snow. Wavy, Chris Savage,
Oh.
I have an extra tent if you ever need it. Duncan,
there you go.
Jandy Salt System. Credit Savage, you need to take care of one thing in the thing. Make sure you don't go home without doing the thing,
The thing.
right?
That's right.
That's what you say on the phone. Rob is laughing with Bama Babe. Rob closed mid-April. Rob, darn. Yeah, did you keep? No, not that thing. The other thing. The thing I was talking. The thing we were talking about. The other thing after that other thing got doing that. Okay, good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got that done? Good.
Got that
Good.
done. You want me to tell you what I do? Don't ask me about my business.
Don't ask me about my business.
It's the one rule. Don't ask me about my business. But I'm married to you. Don't ask me about my business.
Yeah. Or you got to commit to at least 3 hours.
You can ask me anything you want, but don't ask me about my business. There you go. Maybe that's the way we're going to have to play this game at the dinner table sometimes.
Coming up,
Christmas,
Easter, Passover.
Thanksgiving, Passover. Relatives come up to you and say, "Hey, Uncle Joey, how do you make money in the
Why don't you
market?"
get that new car?
Don't ask me about my business. Don't. You can kiss my ring finger,
Yeah.
but don't ask me
You
about
can
my
get
business.
that new
You can
little
ask me-
diamond pinky.
You can ask me for a favor, and I'll see what I can do. But don't ask me about my business. Maybe that's how we're going to have to treat this going forward here. It's not personal. It's just business. Yes.
There you go.
Oh, Jen, how you doing?
I'm good.
We had a good time last night. Jen and I
We
went out
did.
last evening. We met with some friends that we
Old
rarely
buds.
get to see in person.
Yeah.
And we went out last night and had a wonderful dinner and a
And
wonderful
spent-
time.
Twice what we should have at a pub.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We spent some money last night having a pretty good
Inflation
meal.
here is not as bad as it is in the United
Very
States,
good meal.
but that doesn't mean we're not going to gripe about it.
Well, but it was wonderful. It was a wonderful time. I think we were together with them for what 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean the pub's great. They just let us. Sit
Oh,
there.
they let
don't
us
care.
sit because half the pub is empty, so it's not like we were
And the
holding
rest
people
you're
back
watching
from
the
coming
hockey
in.
game.
There was no lineups to get into this place. The sports bar was going, all the TVs were on, but we got reminiscing about the old days.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. It was just absolutely wonderful.
Telling stories.
Telling stories. You remember the time we used to do that in the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the two was my former floor trader, my former guy, my former go-to guy.
Yeah.
And we have stories. We've forgotten stories. I mean, we have
That's right.
forgotten stories that just come to the surface. And you remember the time? Oh, I forgot about that.
He was
Yeah.
my floor trainer.
Whatever happened to that person? Whatever happened to that one? Whatever happened? I have no idea. We don't know. Oh, it was fun. It was so much fun.
He'd phone and say, this is when I was still working, he'd phone and say, you want to go for lunch today? Oh yeah, I'll go for lunch. And then I'd go tell my boss, I'm going to go have lunch with him. And so you'll see me tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I'm going to have lunch with so-and-so. See you tomorrow morning.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, if you need me, you can always call me, but otherwise
Turn
I'll
everything
see you tomorrow
off.
morning. And
Yeah.
if you call me at 3 this afternoon, you're
Don't
not going to
expect
get an
anything.
answer you're going to understand because it's going to be kind of a slobbering answer. So you may want to not talk to me until
Our record was going through 3 work shifts when we sat at one table.
at a restaurant.
Yeah.
The
We
morning
did
crew, the lunch crew, the
morning
afternoon crew.
lunch, and then the dinner crew. Before you came and she came and took us home.
And then I would get the call. Okay, you can come get me now. Oh yeah, I'm coming to get you. Oh boy, arm over the shoulder.
Oh,
All right, honey, let's go to the car. It's just over here. Ah, okay, honey.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad.
Oh man, Bama's laughing. Diam, I like that. Kiss my ring, but first let me put you in the back pocket. 50% inflation at the pub too. Munamo, how is Matterport still going up? Please go down. I need to purchase 82 shares today, said Munamo. Rob, who gets the tip if you stay there through 3 to 4 services? Yeah, how did you do that? Did you close the tab every time? Or did they just carry it forward?
No, we closed the tab every time.
Just close the tab and restart a new one. So every shift they get tip money.
Yeah, because we just got there for the end of the breakfast shift.
The end of morning, yeah, you get there.
So we had ordered with them, and I don't think we closed there. She just said, "I'll get it from her." This happens all the time.
The servers work it out between them later.
But then we closed lunch and opened dinner.
There's that. See?
Yeah.
See, Uncle Bruce Cisco's down on the day. Wait to write against it. What do you think? DQ wants to know. Look, there's no time to wait. You can always write. Let's take a look at Zisco. We're down 24 cents. I wouldn't wait for a recovery. I'd be writing 52s, 53s right now. Right now.
I would go drink my tea.
We're not going anywhere. I would love a bagel today.
Oh, would you?
Yes, I would.
What the heck is this?
Well, that was the starter. I'll think about that.
Okay. I'll take
or
this
you can
out.
have that yourself if you want. If you're interested in that. But I mean, just
Got all your boy germs
don't
on
think
it.
cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz?
Yeah, toasted cheese whiz
You
on a
haven't
bagel.
had that for a while.
I've had that for a while. I'll try that today. I'll do that.
I can do
Something a little of that. Whatever,
Nope,
Thank you, Jen, so much.
That.
Yay! Oh my gosh, where are we at here on this market? Oh my gosh, what's going on? The Dow is up 60 points. Don't ask me about my business. We're up 60 points. Sixter is up 8 cents. Rocket Lab up 7. SoFi up 7. GameStop 146.60 up 173. Writing 150s might be the idea here. AMC 1801. Not going very far up, 59. Matterport up 19 cents to 727. ME 347 and a half, 346 and a half, up 7.5 cents. Spire up 4 cents. We got ATIP up a half a penny. Smart Rent up 2.5. Pfizer down 26 to 52.86. We've got Hewlett Packard HPQ 37.93, 37.92. Deals over there. That's what we got going on. If you see a subscriber named the Credit Wife around Uncle Bruce, don't you worry about it. She's a friend of ours, a friend of ours. There you go. Okay. DQ, Rob, I usually try to close the tab with the server leaving and opening a new one on the new server, says DQ. Credit, thank you, Wavy Gravy. Going to need that tent at some point, the way things are going with these markets, laughing out loud. Oh my, 11 points. NASDAQ is up 120. The NASDAQ is up almost a percentage point. It's doing okay, but the other markets are behind at the moment. Like I said, Dow's up 65, not going far quickly, not going very, very far, very quickly, but it isn't in the red. We are not, what are we, in an hour into the market? We're not negative. This is a good sign. The hope I had this morning was, if you were here for the pre-show as a Gold Bagel member or early on, if we don't have a dead cat bounce, which is a shot higher and then we deteriorate, if the opposite occurs and we start slow and we slowly build on the momentum and we build on gains as the hours go by, that would be the preferred way to go. Because if we can build strength as this market kind of comes on a bit, there are bargain hunters out there going, hey, we've been down 4 days in a row. Let's look for deals. A little positive momentum might bring in more positive momentum, and we may have a nice up day today. Maybe that's what's happening. Too early to say for sure, but we seem to be improving at the moment on this market. We seem to be. All right. Early to tell. We'll see what's going on. Okay. Thank you all so much. Let's see here. Here we go. Wavy Gravy. Uncle Bruce, can you send that tent over to Cred Savage? I'll let you borrow it. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I'm going to dabble on doing poor man cover call on Cisco right now. Wavy, there may be a few holes. Duct tape is your friend. Bobby, isn't Cisco getting bad press right now? I'm not so sure about that, but Nick, which option should I get as an initial position? If you're going to buy Cisco, in the money calls, that's the key. You want to make sure that whatever in the money call you get, I would be looking at maybe 40s, something like that. Get 20% in the money. I definitely want to be 20% in the money minimum. So I'd be looking at 40s. And if you're able to get them for less than $11, $11.50, great. That means it's almost all book value you're paying. There you go. Go down the line, though. Go down to next January if you can. Check them out. I don't know the quotes. I don't have the chart up here. Mine are behind anyway. But that's the way I would be looking at it. I'd be looking at 40, so that you're putting up about maybe $1,100, $1,200, and now you're trying to write against $1,100, $1,200 contract positions. So you get 10 of them, 15, 20, 30 of them. You can write 10, 20, 15, 30 contracts. And so don't worry about bringing in 80 cents a contract on an out-of-the-money call, because you multiply that by 20 calls, there's $1,600. Thank you very much. On an investment of, 15, 20 grand, you're bringing in some nice money on a monthly basis, weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, whatever. Check it out. There you go. A few thoughts there. Just, everybody, Uncle Bruce. We are on the Dow right now, up only 42. We're not really getting away. We're not able to surge out. The NASDAQ is up 140. It's up 1%. But the Dow's up 1/8 of 1%. It should be 250 points higher if it were matching the enthusiasm of buying coming into NASDAQ. But that's not happening. And that is holding me back from saying we're going to have a big up day here today. I don't yet see evidence of the spread of the buying going out. And that's because I think earnings are coming out this next month, and we could have a lot of scenarios where the earnings were good, but they weren't great, or they weren't as good as last time, and the next quarter might not be as good as this time. And that's where stocks get the perception that, well, they might be overvalued a little bit here for a while. Maybe we have a 3-6 month pause in this market before we can go higher. And that's because of a whole lot of factors that we talk about here every day, which means as an option writer, you're going, this is great. I'm an option writer, and the markets don't think they're going to go sky high on me. I'm going to be able to write calls against positions I have or positions I can get into where the stock is supposed to the market's going to be flat for a while. This is exactly what option writers are dreaming about. Yeah, baby, let me write contracts that are 3-4 weeks out. I'll buy them back with a week left to go. So every 2.5 weeks, I'm rolling over contracts that are just appreciating to nothing each and every time. Thank you for the free money. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Let's rinse and repeat this one for the next 6 months. Let's go. It's go time. And if you can pull in 7-12% of your money every month, you can bring in that kind of revenue from writing options, depending on which ones you're writing. Hey, what's wrong with that? Nothing. You got 50 grand out there, and you put it into 5 different deep in the money calls on 5 different stocks. You're writing 5 contracts on 5 different companies simultaneously, and you can bring in 10% a month on your 50,000 gross. You're bringing in 5,000 a month in cash. Yeah, that can replace a job. If you've got $150,000 at work, 30,000 per position, you got 5 of them going, and you're bringing in 10% on 150. That's 15,000 a month. 8, live on 5, throw the other 10 back into the market and grow those stock positions and keep writing more options. In other words, interest on the interest is what we're talking about here. That's how the rich get even richer. Why not? They're handing it to you. Do not fear upside surges on the markets right now. Do not fear it. Very interesting. Never a dull moment. Gravy, I'm still rooting for what's going on here. I'm still rooting for GameStop to fall, and it just doesn't want to. Low volume, but it's holding up there. It seems like it could go much higher. I don't think much higher is the word I'd be looking at here. We're at 145.81, up 94 cents. I'm really not so worried about it. I'm torn, says Wavy, but my call back or wait. What do I do? Dave, GameStop can go up or down. I don't care. Just be more volatile already. John, anyone have eyes on writing SoFi if she pops a little more? Bobby, net money. That is it. 145.55, up 68 cents. This is hardly an endorsement of greatness for GameStop right now. We are not seeing that. Volume 481,000. Oh my God. We are talking the lower market here. Thank you, Auntie Jen. The bagel is here.
We had, issues cutting it in half.
Okay. But
it is divided.
It is. A bagel divided among itself cannot survive. Another Seinfeld quote. George, divided against itself, cannot survive, Jerry. Cannot survive. There's relationship George, and there's the other George. The George, the George you love, the George that you hang up. I like that George. Me too, Jerry. Me too. But he's dying, Jerry. He's dying. You can't have relationship George and your pal George in the same room. Cannot happen. A George divided against itself will die, Jerry. Die. Let's keep an eye on GameStop, says Duncan. Nazareth, Wavy, lock in your profits. I think it might go lower, but GameStop does not seem like it's going to go much lower. 145.64 is where we're at right now. I don't know what's going up. Anyway, there you have it. Hi, everybody. It's bagel time. Oh, my gosh. Cheers to all of you out there around the world. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very nice. The bagel with cheese whiz on it. Toasted sesame seed bagel. So nice. Oh, yeah. George is getting upset. Tiff saying, John Anderson, I would wait to write options on SoFi until it hits at least $8. 9 or 10 would be better. School, I don't see GameStop going up, but the furthest I see it falling would be around 135. Tiff, question is, how long do we have to wait? There's the question. The proverbial question. All the time. We're always asking that question. The Dow's up 50 points. We're not going anywhere. Mmm. Loving the bagel. Welcome one, welcome all to the show from wherever you are around the world. It's great to have you here today. Love having you join us here wherever you are. Hopefully you're not getting any of that blizzard. There's a blizzard forming Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan, parts of Ontario. It's a mess. It's a bad, bad situation. Hopefully there's friends of this channel who are not getting caught in that. Be protecting yourselves and staying safe is what you should be doing. We have 221 thumbs ups right now. Thank you so much for 221 thumbs ups here. Keep those thumbs ups coming in if you can, folks. Really appreciate you stepping up for us, hitting those thumbs up button right now. It is fabulous. Thank you. Such fun. All right, let's try another segment of this bagel here. Another chunk. The Costco bagel. Look at that sesame seed bagel. Oh, that's how you toast it. The sesame seeds take on a whole different flavor when you get them toasted like this. They smell good. They taste great. Headline. The EIA, that is the Energy Commission, reports a 9.4 billion barrel weekly rise in U.S. oil crude supplies. And the price of crude is dropping 101.58 right now, $192, only up 32 cents. Price of crude is backing off with this announcement. Lots of crude everywhere in the U.S. 9.4 extra million barrels in storage. Lots of crude in the U.S. Okay, the Dow is up 6 points. That's it. We're going red. We're going down. 145.56 on GameStop. We're up only 69 cents now. Backing off. Markets are backing off. This is so good. So good. Oh, wow. Volume on GameStop is so low, you can see where their trading tools are price targeting. There's strong resistance at 145.67. It's bouncing off there 7 times this morning. Zed, Uncle Bruce, I have GameStop with a 135 strike expiring April 29th. I had to roll into for $21.91. Do I roll or keep waiting? I went into it at $21.90. So the contract is $11 in the money, barely. It has until April 29. It is losing value. It will continue to lose value. The question is now, what does Zed Estate do about it? This is a 29 April 135. See if I can get this to work here. 29 April 135. Okay, the 135 Last I see, 1605 bid, 1805 offer. There's a $2 spread I was talking about before. Why are these shares going to split? If they split 5 for 1, we might not have a $2 spread anymore. We might have a 40-cent spread instead. That would help liquidity. This 135, 1605 bid with the stock at 146.11. So, if the shares want to hit 140 today, a $6 drop, I mean, these guys are going to drop to like, 13 bid, 1250 bid. They're going to back off. You want to, you can either sit back and wait. You have time. There's no rush here. We only trade tomorrow, and then we're off for 3 full days until Monday next week. More shrinkage of time will come your way, which means, this so-called $11 contract that right now seems to have a $5 premium on it will only have maybe a $3.50 premium, a $3 premium. There's at least $2 more coming your way just if the shares stay here. No rush. Anyway, that's the deal. I just sit tight, Sid. I really would. I just sit tight. Yeah. Dare the market to perform. Really. With 400,000 volume, we're not going anywhere. I don't think so. Okay. This is so good. There we go. We're up 60 points on the Dow. We did go negative. We bounced off of it. We'll just see how long this lasts. I don't see this bounce off to great astronomical levels. I'm wondering if we're battling a lot of internals here on the market. That's just causing selling to keep coming in. Just keeps coming in, keeps coming in. Bobby's saying there's another YouTuber following SoFi. I think so. Will be at this level for another week. Some 300,000 options expire this or next week. It's always the case with SoFi. Always will be. Which emoji makes stocks go down? I can't find it. Rob, neat, $. Bear says that wavy. Nazareth, thanks for the feedback. I'm worried we could see another whale like Pulte jump in at any moment. I don't think so. 1 day and 3 months on GameStop, says Duncan. Stephen, I wish Matterport did weekly options. So do I, Steve, says Bobby. Stephen, hey, Duncan, nice to finally be able to chat with you here. And Nazareth, wavy gravy. Yeah, I don't see SPY dropping. So there's not a lot of market pressure overall. But so if that's the case, the downside on GameStop seems to be small to me. Just my 2 bits, though. There it is. Glad to see you here, says Duncan. 147.25 right now on GameStop, trying to hold a gain. Light volume, but we're hanging in. There you go. Bagels, some tasty bagel. Cheers. Oh, yeah. So good. So good, so good, so good. All right, the Dow right now up 46. We're just not able to take off. I don't see that happening here. There we go. Up 46 points. We're up 14 on Sexterra. We're up 5 on Rocket Lab. We're up 4 cents on SoFi, GameStop 146.69, AMC 17.93, can't hold $18. Matterport 729 up 21, ME 349.5 up 10.5, Spire 189 up a nickel, ATIP $1.82 unchanged, SmartRent 489 up 9 cents, Pfizer down 23 cents to 52.88, Hewlett Packard HPQ up 7 cents to 37.96. Robinhood is up 20 cents. Vanik is up 5.61 today to 245. Home Depot up $1.23 to 307.50. IBM down 63 cents. Microsoft is up 218 to 284. The low today 281. The high 285. But I don't know if this is going to be a recovery or move or not. I really doubtful. Apple 168.62 up only 96 cents. We're not getting a strong buyback. Bounce back isn't there. Goldman again now negative 248, 317 a share. Cisco 51.50 down 33 cents. Facebook up 23 cents only. Amazon up $12. Tesla up $5. Google up $13.40. Bed Bath Beyond down $1.26 again to $17.61. We have ranged here from $15.80 to $17.92. We're now at $16.71. Negative on Bed Bath Beyond. BlackBerry up 12 cents. Royal Caribbean up $3 to $81.81. Target up 287. JP Morgan down 432. The range now, the low 126, the high 129, now 127.28, down $4. Trading 8.29 earnings. Costco up 4.80, Walmart up $1.30, Nvidia up 5.40. Over on American Airlines, we're up $1.50 to 18.67. Netflix up $2. DraftKings up 19 cents. Moderna up 7.69 to 167 a share. The Dow Jones now gaining 49 points, just 49, and we're up 11 on S&P. We're up 117 on Nasdaq, but the Nasdaq is backing off, up 0.89 of a percentage point. It was over 1%. It's now not holding that gain anymore. Oil still showing a gain of $1.73 to 102.33, but we've got lots of oil in the system from what I'm reading here, and I don't know why it's at 102.30. I really don't even know. All right. There you go. Scully is saying, it's the third time that GameStop hit 147.25 just to immediately go back down. 146.85 last trade. Wonder if we're going to push 150 today, Rob wants to know. I don't know. Nice round number at 150. There might be a ton there. I don't know if we have any kind of buying to make it happen. We've had 522,000 shares trade. This is a nothing burger, guys. We're not getting any action at all. Just no volume to speak of. AMC 1789 topped out at 1831. We've lost 42 cents here. We're still up 45. 15.6 million. The stock is backing off with this kind of volume, not going higher. It is up on the day, but it couldn't hold 1831. Let's see how this one will play out. Yeah, Matterport 730.31 on 951,000, up 23 cents. Matterport trying to keep a gain going. ME 350, holding around 350, up 11 cents on 426,000. Spire $1.90 on Spire. That's a nicer print than 170 something. The low 183 today, 104,000 traded. Spire needs to be promoted, and that's what's happening. I think now it's happening. ATIP 182 unchanged. SmartRent up 9 cents to 489. Pfizer down 19 cents to 52.92. We're watching this market moving a bit, but not a lot. Up 70 on the Dow right now. Not a lot to get all hyped up about at this point, all right? Yeah, if we get 2 million on GameStop, that'll be something. I don't know if we'll hit 2 million. I don't know if we're going to hit 2 million traded on GameStop today. I don't know. Very thing, but ATIP is green. Everything. ATIP is green. Yay, ATIP. Go. Oh man, GameStop 147.03 up 216 at the moment in time. Like I said, those of you who want to write 150s for tomorrow or for next week, maybe 150s will give you a nice premium. Those of you who are aggressive, you'll write 145s that expire tomorrow and try to buy them back if the stock hits 143. You score a little gain here, but it's up to your convictions. You can write 3 and 4 week calls on GameStop, but write 152s, 155s, and stay ahead of this market. One way to play it too. That's another way to go. Always be conservative. This might be the mantra. 2, 3, 4 weeks out. Absolutely. Just write for premiums. Premiums. Absolutely. Okay. 17.92 on AMC, up 50 cents. FL, I have some cash and I'm looking at picking up some shares, but nothing has me excited at the moment. Feels like a crossroads moment, waiting for earnings and guidance in the next few weeks. We are going to get a lot of it. A ton of it is coming our way. Lots of guidance, lots of earnings, lots of prospects, lots of speculation on the next 3 quarters coming up. Tons of this is coming up. Let's see how much I can get for 150 for next week. Currently trading at 650 right now. There you go. Yep, the 150 is trading at 650 for next Friday. That's all out of the money premium. Well, keep an eye on those. A 147, 148 market might get you 7 and a quarter. That's an okay premium for next week. Not bad. Tomorrow's the final day of this week. We shut down tomorrow night for the weekend, and then we're back at it Monday. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I just don't know. Again, don't force a trade. Just let it happen. Sometimes you're forced to take a half a day off. That's how option writing is sometimes. Sometimes it's slow, and you wait, and then you pick your spot, you make your move, and then decide from there. Always try to get a top premium price for your contract. And that way you feel, I've made money on this trade. I just know I've made money on this trade. I got a really silly fill here. This is great. Credit Savage, there's $5 million on the 150 GameStop call expiring this week, folks. We're not going above that. Fall next week. There you go. Scully, did anyone else see that GameStop was actually going to be taking questions for once in their annual meeting? I have not heard that. I heard the opposite. I heard no questions. I heard no communication with management. None. Scully, I don't know where you're getting this from. I heard the opposite. I don't know where you're getting that from. It's a virtual reality meeting, and they're going to be taking no questions. So I don't know where you're getting this from. 146.82 on GameStop. 146.82. Dow is up 71 right now. At the moment. Thank you all for being here. What else is going on? It's just nothing much happening. It's a quiet market. It's really gotten soft and quiet all of a sudden, and that's not a good sign. Barron's is saying a Goldman Sachs stock looks cheap before earnings. That's the article out of Barron's just coming out here. The glow on Goldman Sachs Group has faded in recent months after blowout financial results in 2021, yet its stock still looks appealing at a discounted valuation relative to earnings and book value. Shares of Goldman Sachs now trade for under 9 times projected 2022 earnings of about $37 a share, and for just 1.1 times this year-end 2021 book value. Industry leader JP Morgan fetches around 1.5 times book value. Indeed, Goldman is among the cheapest plays on Wall Street. It trades at a discount to JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Bank of America, which all fetch around 11 times projected 2022 earnings. Only Citigroup is cheaper, trading at discount to tangible book fed for under 8 times earnings. In trading on Wednesday, Goldman shares were down 1.1% to 316. The shares are off 25% from the November peak of 426. Investors are concerned that Goldman's earnings power, which is driven by trading results and investment banking will downshift in 2022 after a phenomenal 2021 when it earned a record $59.45 a share in profits, more than double the nearly $25 a share in 2020. Wall Street will be scrutinizing Goldman's first quarter earnings Thursday for a read on its earnings power in a less favorable environment for investment banking. The current consensus estimate of $8.90 a share from FactSet has fallen 15% in the past 3 months. JP Morgan's first quarter results released Wednesday morning showed that the effects of a sharp slowdown in equity underwritings globally, with investment banking revenue down 28% year over year. The bank's trading revenue held up better, with bond trading down 1% and equity trading off 7%. JP Morgan shares were down 2.6% to 126 in early Wednesday trading. The big conversation coming into this year is, what does Goldman's normalized earnings look like, says Devin Ryan, an analyst at JMP Securities, a unit of Citizens Financial Group. We think the company will make around $9 a share in the first quarter, not far off from a $40 a share annual run rate. We think the market will be pleased with a $40 of earnings in this environment. Ryan has an outperform rating and a $460 price target on Goldman Sachs. There could be a relief rally in the stock Thursday if the company reports something close to $9 a share in first quarter profits. Goldman is exposed to global equity underwriting, which is down sharply in the quarter, but it has tended to do well in volatile trading environments. It's a major commodities trader and could have capitalized on increased activity and big swings in energy, metals, and agricultural markets. Ryan thinks the first quarter may showcase the underappreciated diversity of Goldman's business. The firm has built out a consumer banking platform and has beefed up its investment management arm by attracting significant inflows of alternative assets. The risk-reward ratio looks favorable for Goldman at current levels. The stock is trading just above book value. Barron's identified Goldman as a top stock pick for 2021 and was bullish again on the stock in an article in late January. Book value could approach the current stock price by the end of 2022. Book value has often been a floor for Goldman. Goldman earned a 23% return on equity in 2021, and its current target is 13%, rising to 14 to 16% over the next few years. If Goldman can earn a 13% return on book value this year, its earnings should be close to $40 a share. One area to watch in Goldman's first quarter report is revenue from its $19 billion portfolio of public and private equity investments. That portfolio generated an enormous $9.2 billion of 2021 revenue, reflecting gains and higher valuations entirely on the private side, which accounts for $14 billion in the portfolio. With equity valuations lower in the first quarter, that area could be a source of reduced earnings, although Ryan thinks the private investments have been conservatively marked. Goldman doesn't provide many specifics of that portfolio, but the largest areas are technology, media, and telecom, and real estate, which together make up about half of the portfolio. There's your article out of Barron's all about Goldman that could be looking rather cheap before earnings come out. Well, isn't that interesting? See what happens. Goldman stock, $316.74 right now. Looks like it's down $304 a share at this point in time. Goldman, $309 lower, $304 lower, $316.74 is where it's trading at. It is trading at 5.3 times PE multiple. That's all it's trading at. The dividend yield, 2.52%. Market cap, $109 billion. And that's the story of a lovely lady and 3 lovely daughters of her own. There you have it. Goldman Sachs. Could it have a run tomorrow if they pleasantly surprise the street with a projected $40 earning per share or higher number? Show me a $50 earning per share number, and we are trading at barely 6 times earnings. These other stocks are trading at 11 times earnings. Hey, this thing is way undervalued. If that's the case, we'll find out, of course, tomorrow. And we'll be here to witness it all because it is what we do. It's how we roll in this channel. We love watching Goldman and what's going to happen. All right. There you go. Yeah, we're going to see what's going on. Scully says on the 14A, it says they're taking questions before and during the meeting. Well, we'll see what's going on here. Goldman Sachs can take the market with it up and down. Hope this is good numbers. Credit Savage, although Goldman at 250 would be so delicious. Scully, yes, beginning 30 minutes prior to and during the annual meeting, you'll be able to access the rules of conduct applicable to the annual meeting. And if you're attending the meeting as a registered stockholder of record or registered beneficial owner, you can submit questions by accessing the meeting site and following directions. They'll hold a meeting during which they intend to answer questions that are pertinent to the items being brought before the stockholder vote. Well, we'll find out what's going on with that. Vernon, my question of the day, Split Royal Caribbean RC makes an announcement, let's say for a new NFT that sees the stock shoot higher. Will the short sellers be required to buy that extra stock at the new market rate? RC makes an announcement, let's say for a new NFT that sees the stock market shoot higher. I don't know, Vernon, about that. I really don't know. Duncan, Goldman Sachs down 5.5% in the last year. Vernon, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question of yours. There's going to be a stock split, and that's all there's going to be. I don't know about anything else that is being proposed. Have they got something in mind? I have no idea. Look at the Dow, up 143. We went negative 15 minutes ago, and we're now up 143. A little bounce back. We're up 22.9, 23.9 actually on S&P, and we're up 167 on NASDAQ. It's now up 1.25% again. So NASDAQ has climbed about 50% of its gain in the last 10 minutes here. A little pop-up. Good to see. We'll follow that, of course. GameStop, 146.78 with all this great movement of the markets. It's not going anywhere. Sexter is up 12 cents. Rocket Lab is up 8 cents. SoFi is up 3 cents. We're not going higher here. AMC is still 17.78. Matterport, 729 up 21. ME is only up 9 now. Spire is up 6. ATIP is unchanged. Smart Rent up 8.9 cents. Pfizer down 16. We're not going anywhere. IBM down 71. Goldman down 292 to 316. Cisco down 13 cents. So there's not much happening right here. 124 gain on the Dow. Bobby, is it like stock split year or something? Seems like the cool thing to do right now. Mr. Dr. Duty Do the second. Vernon with simple answers. Yes. VIX just hit its low of the day, says Scully. The VIX just hit its low of the day. Well, we'll see what's going on. Over on CNBC right now, Delta Airlines ends its $200 monthly health insurance surcharge on unvaccinated employees after COVID cases have dropped. VIX right now down 138 to 2288. That's actually positive. A lower VIX is a positive thing for the market. The Dow is up 123, S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 164. And there you go. Ooh. Oh. Well, we'll see what's going on here. Headline that came out earlier today. Producer prices rose 11.2% from a year ago in March, the biggest gain on record. Doesn't mean that prices coming to you will go up 11%. That's just producer prices. Some of these might be absorbed with better efficiencies. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, interesting. All right, there you have it. Another never a dull moment in this marketplace, guys. It's just about nap time for Uncle Bruce. Oh, Uncle Bruce is tired. Out a little late last night. It was so good to see my old pal. Hanging out with him. It was kind of fun. But I'm paying the price now. I am paying the price. Thank God I don't drink. I'd really be hurting if I was drinking last night. We're hanging in there, trying anyway. 146.46 on GameStop, up $1.59. Not a lot of movement here. Barely gains anywhere else. Little pennies here and there is what seems to be going on. Not a lot happening. And that's all she wrote. Now, I'm going to be on again today at 3 o'clock for the last hour of the day. I'll be on tonight, 8 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce. Looking forward to seeing you guys tonight for that as well. I am going to pack this show up, though. I am tired, and I'm going to get a bit of rest in right away. Thank you all for being here for this. It's good to see you. We'll join you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Watch how this market wants to perform, and see if there's any oomph to this fire or not. 119 gain right now in the Dow. It is what it is. Duncan, I'm going to get some rest too. I'm going to start the day job. Also, Uncle Bruce, have a good nap and get some rest, says Nazareth. Nicholas, a whole lot of nothing this morning. It's what it is. Good afternoon, all. We'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon for the final hour. Now let's see what's going on. Okay, guys, thank you. See you soon. Bye.